Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Persona! Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. How's it going, everybody? Yeah. Big day today, obviously. Big day, as you can see right in front of you. It is the Mirror of Immortality content drop, and damn! I don't know if you guys can see this. You can't really, but it's fucking huge! Look at all the stuff that's here. Alright, we got a lot of stuff to go through today. So we're gonna be definitely doing that. That's gonna be good. How are we all doing? We'll also be doing the finale of the E.G.O today, but that'll be after. The first half of the stream is going to be all about the Mirror Dungeon, and then the second half is going to be about finishing what was supposed to be done yesterday. But, hope you're all doing well. The new Yisang thingy came out, the kit review as well, so if you haven't seen that, you can check that out after if you want. We just did the kit review. There's also some ProjectMoon news. That's right. ProjectMoon news, because there is a ProjectMoon that, because this is Kim Ji-hoon, director of ProjectMoon, alongside his team on the Suwon TV news, which is on the Korean TV pretty much. So Sir Director and his team is on the television. Thank you, Mouse, for this was informed by Faust. So Faust told us about this. At a minute 21 of essentially Kim Ji-hoon's ProjectMoon is expanding their office in Suwon. So we have that as well to go through. There's a lot of stuff today. It's a very packed day. All right. It's a very packed day today, but thank you very much. Thank you, Fausty. So we're going to go through everything today. And I will not stop until we go through everything. I guess the first thing we can do, real quick, is watch the video. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to watch the video. I don't think there's any music for that. But we will have a look at the video. And we will go over the Mirror of Immortality. Now, I have not seen anything about the Mirror of Immortality, okay? I've gone in completely blind. I have not checked out anything, I haven't read anything. There's also the patch here as well, so we'll read both of these. So, let's just get right into this, because this is the big thing, this is the main thing people want. Let's just get right into the Mirror of Immortality patch. So, greetings, dear manager. The new content Mirror Dungeon 6, Mirror of Immortality, will be added with the July 3rd, 2025 update. So, aka guys, that's in 3 days. Date after the 25th 7:03 KST scheduled update. Not sure why they do it like that, but maybe that's a Korean thing. Anyway, notes. With the introduction of the Mirror Dungeon 6 in Mirror of Immortality, I was just going to call it MD6 for short, MD5 will be closed. The E.G.O gift and theme pack compendiums recorded will not be reset. So everything recorded will not be reset. Only the normal difficulty will be added with the scheduled update. This is pretty similar to everything else. The normal will come out in the first week, and then the second week hard mode will come out, and then because of the infinite mode and achievements, the third week is when the achievements and infinite mode. So, we will have an entire, essential 3 weeks of Mirror Dungeon content. The hard difficulty will be added at a later date. Please note that the difficulty and balancing for things may be adjusted in the process. More details will be given about the hard difficulty and released via a separate notice. So, things might change, things might be balanced, who knows. As per usual, this will introduce the specific, right? This is a very, this will be done 10/12. So, since the major changes to the Mirror Dungeon systems will be deployed after the update, the end of the scheduled maintenance, your Mirror Dungeon weekly bonus and your current Mirror Dungeons will be reset. Now, what does this mean? This means, guys, okay, let me explain to you how this works. If you have a completed run, okay, and you open up Limbus Company before Limbus Company patches, claim your run, and then the dungeon resets, it will reset all of the bonuses, meaning you can get 6 bonuses in 1 week. This is only able to be done via these Mirror Dungeon patches, so make sure to have a complete hard mode Mirror Dungeon saved, and make sure to log in at least 2 hours before the patch starts, okay? 2 hours before your patch, you want to at least log in, claim your rewards. Make sure you claim all 3 of your rewards so that you can gain a double dip. The Mirror Dungeon achievements and progresses will become unavailable at that time. So, the achievements will no longer be done, and you will not be able to get the achievements anymore. Progression. Entering the Mirror Dungeon, as it has been previously, does not cost any resources. You can spend Enkin file modules at the end of your exploration to receive rewards. Okay? You can also get twice the same in week 50 Lunacy. Yeah, you get more Lunacy and you get more boxes. If you've already claimed your weekly, can't double dip? No. So, guys, a few hours before the patch, you can claim again. Right? You've always been able to do this. So a few hours before your patch, you can claim again. Did you hear the news? Yes, we have the video right here. We will be going over this after. So a few hours before the patch, you can claim your dungeon rewards again if you have another run. And then with that run, you can double dip. So here are the major changes happening with the Mirror Dungeon 6. Mirror Dungeon battles are now by default 7 Sinner battles. Oh my god. I have never felt so much joy seeing a 7 Sinner battle default. Do you guys understand how much build variety that this opens up? The fact that you have an extra Sinner, so many more runs can be done, so much more things can be done. It's just so much fun. It's going to be great. Enemy levels will also be raised to 55, which means we're back to being 10 levels underneath the requirement. Why do we even need 7? Because the game is getting harder, and thus we need more Sinners. Starlight bonuses will now replace rest bonuses. Now this is very important. You can gain Starlight from the following sources: Mirror Dungeons, spending Enkin file modules to claim your rewards, and extractions, extracting a newly released identity, or E.G.O, for the first time within a certain time period, which is 2 weeks, yields Starlight. Obtaining them via Yisang extract also yields the same amount of Starlight. Obtaining the newly released identity or E.G.O from the dispenser does not yield Starlight. However, obtaining the identity or E.G.O from extractions or Yiseng exchange for the first time after obtaining them from the dispenser will yield Starlight. TLDR, if you pull on the banner, you get more Starlight. And don't worry, Starlight is not going to be a rare resource anyway, so it's not get pay to win. You'll be fine. Additional content to spend your Starlight will be added. Number 1, theme pack observation search. Ooh. Search and select a theme pack of your choice by spending Starlight. However, please note that the selectable theme pack pool is limited to what is available from your current floor and difficulty. That is so interesting. Theme pack observation fees rise with every use. Searching and selecting a new, previously not accessed theme pack costs 50 more Starlight. So this is completely new. We have no idea how this works, but all we know, guys, is that we can now guarantee select any theme pack we want within the level restrictions. Do you know what this means, guys? Let me tell you what this means. The Strongest Series Season 2 is now official. That's right, the Strongest, where we take sinners and we take the hardest trials in the Mirror Dungeon all the way up to floor 10 and pick a final boss, is getting a Season 2 revival. With the ability to pick a theme pack, we can guarantee any boss, respectively, relatively, with that. So, it's going to be peak. Now, it also says that it rises with every use, so it seems you can do this multiple times, which is very useful. It also seems it'll cost more if you have not discovered the pack naturally. If a pack is new, it will cost you more Starlight to get it. I'm not sure how much Starlight it will be. We'll see. Wish making. Spend Starlight to improve your fusion chance. Wish-making fee does not rise with each use. Depending on the number of E.G.O gifts used for the fusion chance can rise up to 99.99%. E.G.O gift observation function will be added with a future update. We will inform you with an additional notice when it's landed. E.G.O gift observation. What is E.G.O gift observation? Interesting. Are E.G.O collections reset? No. Compendium is not reset. As scrolled up here, it specifically states theme packs and compendiums will not be reset from number 5. So we have a new thing called E.G.O gift observation, which I'm not sure what that might be, but maybe that you can guarantee E.G.Os appearing on certain floors. That'll be interesting. Guys, we have to hit the 01%. I think that might be a challenge video. Thank you for the follows. So let's move on from the Starlight uses now and onto the next part here, which is progression. 2 new EX grade E.G.O gifts are added. They require a special step to obtain. Keywords have been added to certain keywordless E.G.O gifts. Oh no, you're kidding me. Bleed, layered bandages, crystallized blood. Okay. Tremor, blood, sweat, and tears made to order. Okay. Warning notice, snuffed lantern shadow monster. Sinking haunted shoes / worn hill. We don't know what these EX grades are, but we're definitely going to be finding them out on stream. Also, there seems to be some new keywords now, which unfortunately, guys, means that Kim Jae-hoon has nerfed my keywordless run, bro. Oh my god. My keywordless run has been nerfed. Oh no. So, layered bandages and crystallized blood. Okay, crystallized blood's whatever. Layered bandages, it's fine. Okay. Blood, sweat, and tears? That one hurts. That one hurts. Made to order? It's fine. Warning notice? That's fine. Snuffed lantern and shadow monster? Ooh. Ooh. One hit wasn't slashed before? No, it was keywordless. I think that one that had to have been incorrect, but that must have been patched. Haunted shoes as well? Oh my god, my runs are doomed. Okay, it's not the worst. We still have a lot of good keywordless gifts. Okay, so it's plenty. It is a few in here that you know. The blood, sweat, and tears and the haunted shoes, they definitely hurt, but it's livable. Cost obtained from combat encounters will be increased across the board. Interesting. So that's going to be more money. So I believe everything just it's a 25 cost overall. So that's going to get you, so more money, guys, means more gifts. And also the reason that the cost obtained has been increased is because the cost increase passives are really broken. So this kind of helps you for not taking them. Like if you didn't take the money cost passives, you kind of were screwed on the money a lot. This helps you with that. So more money is good. More means more items. Creating your team. Normal difficulty, your identities will be fixed to level 55. In hard difficulty, which will arrive at a later update, your actual identities will be reflected. Your current uptime in E.G.Os will be reflected in the mirror dungeon just as it was in the previous ones. TLDR, normal, everyone gets up to 55. Major changes. Starlight bonus systems replace the rest bonus. Starlight bonus can be gained the same as rest bonuses. Upon clearing a mirror dungeon run, the Starlight bonuses for all identities slotted in at the start of the dungeon will be reset to 0. All identities that were not a part of the team will gain 1 bonus bar. Identities swapped into the team during the mirror dungeon will not lose or gain Starlight bonuses. Unlike Mirror of Dreaming, in which only the current team's rest bonus could be used to purchase Grace of Stars. In Mirror of Immortality, you can use any Starlight obtained from Mirror Dungeon runs or extractions as well, in addition to Starlight bonuses. What does this mean? Let me tell you what this means. Rest exists, but it's Starlight now. And all it means is that imagine that, okay, in a Mirror Dungeon run, you have cost. Okay, cost is how you buy gifts, it's how you refresh, it's how you upgrade your sinners. That's cost. Then on the left hand, you have Starlight. Starlight exists outside of the mirror dungeon. Okay, you can accumulate Starlight, and you can use Starlight to increase your buffs. You can use it to refresh, you can use it to search, and it works through any runs. Now, this does not discourage you from using the same team. But if you use a variety team, you will get more Starlight bonuses at the end of the run than if you did without doing that. But Starlight can be gained inside the dungeon. So, the rest bonus now is more of a bonus than an actual requirement. You will have to actually get it though. Also guys, just because it has a keyword in it now does not mean, okay, that it becomes required to use the keyword, okay? All it says is that it has a keyword onto it now, which means it doesn't say that only Tremor will work on Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It just means that Blood, Sweat, and Tears is counted as a Tremor E.G.O. A tremor gift. Tremor gift. Yeah. So it doesn't, its effect has not been like changed or anything. It just counts as a Tremor gift now. Which means it's actually easier to get in the shop, because you can actually search for Tremor. Creating your team. Major changes. With the addition of the Starlight system, the following changes will be added. Various in-game UI, including the dungeon entrance, now includes a view of your Starlight reserve. Every identity will gain maximum bonus with the Mirror of Immortality update. Newly added identities will become a Starlight retention unit, which means that they won't spend any Starlight bonus when clearing the mirror dungeon, unchanged. Basically, the way that the current rest system works is if whoever is current in the banner, they don't lose no matter what. Yeah, it's probably like that because it does work with staggered units and sloth attacks, but all it does, guys, is it just has a keyword to attached. It does not remove or change the effect. Starlight rewards. The following are ways to increase the amount of Starlight gained upon clearing a mirror dungeon run. Clearing at higher floors give more Starlight. Now, did you hear that? Clearing at higher floors gives more Starlight. Clearing in hard difficulty gives more Starlight. Clearing refraction railway themes give more Starlight. Select Starlight encounter reward cards to gain more Starlight. Higher bonuses in Loadout will give better multipliers. That's right, there is now a reason to do infinite mode. Kim Ji-hoon has turned infinite mode into the Starlight grind mode. Let me tell you how. First, every floor, the more floors you clear, the more Starlight you get. Number two, the most important thing is that these encounter reward cards. Now, my glorious king, Tomorrow's Fortune, who has been slept on and memed ever since he got reworked, has now become the most giga-broken E.G.O gift for grinding. Because through 10 floors, the amount of encounter reward cards you're going to get is astronomical, which means there's a legitimate higher % chance that you will get a max buffed Starlight reward encounter with the Tomorrow Fortune E.G.O gift. If you want to grind Mirror Dungeon Starlight, we will probably do a guide on that, because I bet you we can create the most optimal way to do it. Refraction Railways, Tomorrow Fortune E.G.O gift, selecting Starlight on every encounter card. You have at least a 2 out of 10 or 3 out of 10 chance of getting maximum Starlight from the E.G.O gift. It may feel as though the amount of Starlight obtained in normal tier is relatively small. So, guys, people were memeing, okay? People were memeing about the Mirror Dungeon 6 livestream giving you 1 Starlight on normal difficulty without any bonuses, because that's not how you're supposed to gain Starlight. This is specifically mentioned because of the livestream. In the livestream, Kim Ji-hoon cleared a run without any bonuses, and it gave him 1 Starlight. But I bet you if you did a run at 10 floors, doing every line, getting all the things, you will get at least 50 plus Starlight. Because the amount of Starlight obtained in normal may feel small and allow for manager to make use of the Starlight system, a certain sum of starting Starlight will be given to all managers. New managers will also gain a sum of starting Starlight upon unlocking the Mirror of Immortality. So, You get a chunk of Starlight, it's probably like 300 or 500. If I remember correctly, it might be like 300 or 500. It might even be 200. Intent. In the previous Mirror Dungeon, the player's option was limited by the fact that the only way to use a full set of Grace was to slot an entire team of identities with a fully charged rest bonus. Now remember, originally, this is when the rent system was supposed to come out. This is why the bonuses wouldn't have been such a big deal. Which means that they were forced to run a rotation of different teams. This means that even upon getting a new rest bonus retention, they could not run the same team multiple times because the rest of the rest will be set to 0. Therefore, we will be adding the Starlight system with the Mirror of Immortality to reduce the importance and pressure of rest bonus. It's a bonus now, guys, it's not a requirement. Starlight can be gained every time a dungeon is complete. Even more Starlight can be gained if the player maxes out their bonuses, chooses a hard difficulty run, and progresses to a high floor. With this new system, as the player gains more and more Starlight bonuses and Starlight from the Mirror Dungeon runs, subsequent Mirror Dungeon runs will become increasingly accessible. Also, if a large amount of Starlight has been amassed, players can now run multiple runs with the same team loadout. He did. Kim Ji-hoon used a lot of Starlight in the shop. He was showing off the fact that you can use your Starlight. And depending on how much you gain, guys, if you can gain 50 to 50 or plus a run, right? Like if you do a normal hard run, right, and you get around 25 to 30 or 50 even, that means you could actively spend the Starlight. So I'm very excited for this, and it's gonna be, you know, we're gonna see. The Grace of the Immortal Star. The Grace of the Dreaming Star will be replaced with the Grace of the Immortal Star. From the Grace of the Immortal Star, you can obtain Grace Stars with special effects by spending Starlight. Holy crap, I'm so excited about this. When purchasing Graces, you can choose to spend beyond the Starlight bonus provided by your team from your reserve or owned Starlights. If you have remaining Starlight after purchasing of Grace of Stars, you will be given an option to convert them to cost to be used in the Mirror Dungeon run, or obtain it as a reward after clearing the Mirror Dungeon run. If you don't purchase the Grace of Star, you can obtain the remaining sum of Starlight either from the bonuses of your team or the base sum, as a reward upon clearing the Mirror Dungeon floor. Is this coming today? No, this is the next patch. Okay guys, next patch. We are currently working to add Grace of Star Starlight spending cap removal. What? And Grace of Star boost with the July 10th scheduled update? No way. Wait. Removing the cap? They're gonna remove the cap? You could have more than 6 buffs at a time? Mirror Dungeon 6 is broken. Mirror Dungeon 6 is OP. They're gonna let you remove the cap. You could just take all 12 of them if you want. What the fuck? Will this have the same tree? No, there is no tree. It's exactly like Mirror Dungeon 5. Except imagine Starlight is in the game. That's the only difference. Holy crap. Okay, so let me explain, guys, what's going on here. Because this is massive, okay? You need a lot of Starlight though. Yeah, but it's possible. Let me explain what's going on. So, you can choose to buff passives, buff the Starlight of Graces, okay? So you can empower them by spending more cost. And if you empower them and complete the run, you can actually get part of that cost back. You know? That's awesome. The thing is, I always felt like that the passives were being limited. So solo or sync like Resonate. It is still a majority of MD5 with the passive system, but the Starlights now actually give you more interaction inside the dungeon and also outside the dungeon. This is awesome news. This is going to make variety. So a big problem of the current MD5 was that it was very hard to pick variety cards. A lot of the passives were very good. You always picked the shop buff. You always picked the levels. You always picked theme pack, right? And then you were kind of stuck in that. But here, with the Starlight bonuses, and you also get Starlight back for winning the run even after you boost them, you have more of a incentive to actually use more cards, and you're not limited to just the 6 cap. So I'm curious to see how that's going to go. I don't, in a normal circumstance, you probably won't go beyond 6. TBH with you. You're probably not going to go beyond 6 in a normal encounter. But there are some certainties with certain teams, if you want to run certain challenges or gimmicks, that having more buffs can be helpful. Also, always having access to 12 buffs means that if you want to do speed runs, or if you want to do challenge runs with certain identities that you've used before, you're not limited to, which is amazing. Starting E.G.O gifts. Upon entering the mirror dungeon, the player will be presented with the E.G.O gift keyword categories to choose from. Starting gifts are fixed for each keyword, and you can select as many E.G.O gifts as you are allowed to within each category. Also, the E.G.O gift of keyword category will be appearing more frequently in the run. So, the starting gifts are the same. And they're not removing the slash, pierce, and blunt. So, the E.G.O gifts, pretty much the same. I would like to see a shift of them. Maybe they'll shift it into hard mode. I'm not sure, but there's some good gifts, honestly. Like, these are some amazing starting gifts, so I'm fine with it. Selecting theme packs. Selecting a dungeon theme to explore upon entering a new pack. Choose a theme pack by selecting the pack of your choice and dragging them downwards. Bink. Major change. Theme pack observation or search function will be added. Using this function, you can spend Starlight to search for and select the theme pack of your choice. However, please note that the selectable theme pack pool is limited to what is available on your floor and difficulty. Theme pack observation fees rises with every use. Searching and selecting a new previously not accessed theme pack will cost 50 more Starlight. Okay. Search for theme pack for floor 1. Here you go. You can now. And look, how much cost is that? That looks like... I'm going to open this up. $30 Starlight. It looks like it's 30 Starlight. I know you guys can't see it, but I can see it. It's 30 Starlight to pick a floor pack. That's pretty cheap. 30 Starlight to pick a floor pack. That's pretty good. Especially if you're only going to use this maybe once a time. So basically how this works is it will show you every pack that is available on your floor level. So for those of you who don't know, certain theme packs are only available on certain floors. For example, Hell's Chicken is only available on floor 2. Violet of Noon and the Gear Worshippers are only available on floor 3. Line 2 is only available on floor 4. Line 1 is only available on floor 4. This is awesome. This is probably one of the best things. Can you use it after refreshing 3 times? It does, yeah. It looks like you can use this as many times as you want. You can use this multiple times in a run, and it just increases the cost. So, yeah, you can choose the pack you need for your run, which is amazing. You can choose the bosses. You can choose everything. I'll be looking for Hell's Chicken. If you guys want Hell's Chicken, if you want a final floor 5 you don't want, if you get a very unfavorable theme packs, like refresh, you can pick it. If you want to go for, by the way, this also helps, guys, for going for themed packs. That's right, theme packs. So if you want to go for Unloving, if you want to go for like Dongrang, Dongbak, if you want to go for the Manor Gift, if you want to go for that Contempt of All, you know, you're gonna be able to do that now. I can now do Strongest Gleppo. We've already did Strongest Gleppo, guys. If you a few streams ago, we actually got Strongest Gleppo, guys. If you haven't seen it, you can check the VOD out a few days ago. It was about a week ago. We actually did find Strongest Gleppo naturally. But now we can purposely pick any bosses we want for the strongest. And that's going to be very fun. Encounters. Major changes. Cost obtained from the combat encounters will be increased across the board. Required coin values for certain checks will be adjusted. Wait, no way. No way. That fucking statue that I hate, he got fucking nerfed. Heavenly Command Scribe. I command death, I command life, don't command anything. That stupid fucking gecko. That stupid gecko got nerfed. Suck my dick, you stupid fucking lizard. Holy shit, you dumb ass lizard, bro. Screw this lizard and screw the statue, bro. Where's the statue to go? Get this statue nerfed too, bro. I want this statue dead, okay? Screw this lizard. Screw the statue too. Where's the statue? It looks like the Heavenly Command Scribe, I Command Death, will go from 14 or higher to 11 or higher. I Command Life will go from 14 or higher to 11 or higher. And then Don't Command Anything will go from 14 or higher to 12 or higher. Womp womp to the stupid lizard and statue. There you go. We nerfing a random encounter as well. Fuck that encounter. Screw this. This encounter has screwed me too many times. Stupid I Command Death, making me lose all my sanity, bro. And that dumbass statue too. I can't wait to beat his ass, dude. What is this lizard again? It's the lizard statue that gives you, he doesn't even give you anything good. He gives you the sinking gift. I think it's the sinking gift. It's the one that has, like, the giant tongue. This is goated. This is absolutely goated. Shops. It's the Gauntlet charge gift. Is it the Gauntlet one? I don't remember what it is. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I hate him. You can spend your cost at the shop to purchase E.G.O gifts, or use any of its useful services for the Mirror Dungeon. You can spend your cost at the shop. The wish-making option has been added. Spend Starlight to improve your fusion chance. 5 Starlight, obviously, as shown in the live, to make any, and I mean anything, improved. Wish-making fee does not rise with every use. Who's getting nerfed? It was an event. The Heavenly Command Scribe, which is the lizard. Yeah, this is the sinking gift. This is the tier 1 thorny path. This gives you the tier 1. Which is why it was such an annoying ass fucking check, because it gives you a tier 1 for a 14. Yeah, that's the one that gives thorny path. So, guys, wish-making has now been added. Depending on the number of E.G.O gifts used, the fusion chance can rise up to 99.9%. And yes, guys, we will try and get into the 0.001%. Yo, thank you for the support on Kamui's drip. Gubo, you saying will be a good ID. Hey, thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. It will be a good ID. I will prove that it will be a good ID. Nutty. Thank you. I will defend it. I will defend it like I defend Z-Tune. So, guys, the most important thing about this fusion is that 2 stars, doing a 2 fusion will now enable you to get a 90%. Holy shit. Do you guys know how good that is? You can get a 90% on a 2 fusion. It's gonna be crazy. We are defending this ID with our life on the line. I don't care if this ID blows the back of my head out. I will defend him. The viable 2 stars without wasting gifts is amazing. Because to do a 2-star fusion, you had to waste so much extra. Okay? 2 stars and 1 stars are the hardest fusions in the game. Right? They are the hardest fusions in the game because the fact that you can't spend more to make them. Right? Doesn't have anything with 3 coins. Bullets are expensive. He doesn't want to pay just because of the melee attacks. And getting every theme pack keyword challenge. Oh, we can definitely do that. Have I ever defended an ID with my life on the line? 100%. I defend every ID with my life on the line that has come out. All I need is a target manager. Tell me who. Hey, Yi-Sang. This stupid fucking lizard that I hate. Hey, end his life. This stupid statue. In fact, after being fell bullet and say that he's good, I will do it. Anyway, so that's wishmaking, guys. Wishmaking is going to be absolutely amazing. Can I just say that the Starlight effects have been absolutely goated. When is a base Dawn solo? I don't know. Maybe one day. Do I defend Chef Gregor? Every new ID that has been released. I'm going to say that. If I played when Chef Gregor came out, I would defend him, but I didn't. Encounter reward cards. Each encounter has a certain chance to provide you with a selection of encounter rewards. Higher difficulty mirror dungeons and higher floors and higher encounters will yield more battles. So a 3, as you can see here, guys, I don't know if you can read this, but a 3-tier, okay, a 3-tier Starlight gift will give you between 8 to 10. Is that 8 to 10? That's a lot for like a 3-tier. Yep, that's 8 to 10. Wow. So, look, Starlight is going to be so easy, guys. Dude, 8 to 10 for a 3-tier? That's easy. Do you know how much the 5 and 6 and 7 tiers? They're going to be like 30 Starlight. That's going to be as much as you can get for a run. It's going to be so easy. Well, it depends, Slosh Mail. If she came out right now, I don't, maybe, probably. Major changes. With the addition of the Starlight system, encounter reward cards that give out Starlight return to the pool. Considering the changes to the Starlight, those cards will now yield more Starlight than it did before. Now they need to fix the problem of enemies having more skills. Now it's worth doing normal combat. It's 100% worth doing normal combats now. Also, major news. Select E.G.O gifts and mounting trials upon each floor completion. Clear the floor to gain an E.G.O gift of your choice. Selecting an E.G.O will give you its linked effect, mounting trial, and enemy level up effect. In hard difficulty, you will gain 2 gifts at once, but this means that you will also select 2 trials and enemy level ups as well. Standard. Oh, here it is, guys. Major changes. Did the kill stream? I never got to review it, so that'll be the first one I review today. 2 new EX grade E.G.O gifts have been added. They require a special step to obtain. They can be attained by meeting specific conditions or certain choice events. Keywords have been added to the certain keywords. Okay, so this is just talking about the keywords that were done. EX gifts, guys. They can be attained by meeting specific conditions or certain choice events. What could this mean, dude? What could this mean? From the, let's have a look. Let's have a little theory here, looking at the pictures, because obviously these are the pictures. It looks like, yes, haunted shoes are now sinking. This looks like, okay, this looks like a coin, like a Hong Yuan coin, right? This looks like a Hong Yuan coin. Yeah, is this the mirror? Is this the Hong Lu? I can't tell if this is the EX gift or is this the story mode E.G.O gift. I can't tell. This looks like a Hong Yuan coin. This looks like some sort of torn poster. This is just a bunch of fucking rubble, maybe, or petals, maybe. They are the coins from the story dungeon, maybe. And then this is a sphere. That's pretty much the coin. Interesting. Interesting. Well, anyway, we're going to be discovering these live.
The 4th one must be the old H.Corp Kong banner.
Yo, thank you for the support, bro. The 4th one must be the H. Oh! That is a potential. That's a torn poster. Ooh. Guys, we will be day 1 hunting for the EX special condition E.G.O gifts. Wait, and I'm going to do it without any spoilers. Okay? Middle left is petals. Yeah, that's petals. Now, we don't know if this is relevant. We don't know if these are relevant to the actual dungeon or if they're just used as a placeholder. Now, so because these are counterweight story things, this could just be placeholders, right? The Bolix, petals, coin, and poster. But that's going to be interesting. We will be hunting these EX conditions down on our own with no help, no googling, no spoiling. We're gonna do this game exactly as Kim Ji-hoon intends. And thank you for the support. Guys, for those of you who are unaware, here are the keywords that have been added to all of the gifts. Now, this does not mean the gift will only activate with the keyword, okay? This is not what this is implying. All this is implying is that a keyword can now be searched through the keyword, okay? So, layered bandages can still work on keywordless teams. Blood, Sweat, and Tears can still work on any other team that isn't Tremor. All it just lets you know that it is a Tremor gift and you can search for it. Same with Haunted Shoes, same with Worn Hill. This is, however, a nerf to my keywordless runs, correct. I have in fact been nerfed by Kim Ji-hoon, which is fair. I'm a little bit too powerful. I will agree that I'm a little bit too good at the game, so Kim Ji-hoon had to nerf me to make sure that everyone else could actually compete. Also, certain E.G.O gifts will be adjusted further with the July 10th, which is the hard mode. More details about those will be released via a separate notice. So, TLDR, more stuff will be changed in the hard mode patch, which we will discuss next week. Major changes. A new choice event to obtain an EX gift will be added. Oh, dude, a new choice event. Oh my, dude. Yes, there is a new pack. Sleeping, but the To Be Crushed pack was changed, guys. A choice event, dude. What? is the choice event going to be EX is the tier 5? We don't know if it's tier 5. All we know is that it's EX grade. It might not even be tier 5. It might be called EX. But all we know is we got to look out for those choice events. Exploration complete. With the addition of the Starlight system, new information regarding Starlight will be added to the exploration menu. Starlight rewards. The following are ways to increase the amount. Okay, we already know this. So here is how the new clear will look at the end of a dungeon. So as you can see, it's a lot more wordy now. So this is the on the 4th page here. It'll show you the Starlight default, your bonus, the encounter reward cards. It'll show you how much you've spent, how much Starlight you've gained, how much you've spent in the dungeon, and the bonuses you get. So that's your exploration bonus, and it looks like your loadout bonus multiplier. Welcome back, MD4. It's pretty much MD4 clearing, but you don't have to grind for passives, because you get the passives at the beginning. Let me read. And as you can see, it says pre-dungeon reserve plus reward minus the sum net amount. So it gives you the full explanation. Very useful. Extractions. Obviously, this is talking about the Starlight extractions, TLDR. I'm currently maxing on horse electrolytes. All this is saying is that, as you can see here, Yi Sang gave him 300 Starlight. So if you do pull on the current banner, you get Starlight. It even says it here. And if you get it from Yi Sang Ideality, you get the Starlight too. And that's the end of it. Rate this design compared to 5. It's much better. It's a more refined 5. Honest opinions. 5 was very good, but 5 was so 5, guys, was the experiment dungeon. It was an experiment, and they experimented. 6 is the refined version. Think of it like Unbreakable Coins. Kanto 7 Unbreakable Coins were the experimental Unbreakable Coins. There was a lot of problems with it. There were some very annoying things that came with it. But then Kanto 8 Unbreakable Coins, ooh. Kanto 8 and Refraction Railway coins, magnifique, dude. Oh, they got that shit on point with those Unbreakable Coins. So I think this is the exact same thing like this. Mirror Dungeon 6 is the more refined version of MD5, and I think when the hard mode comes out, because always new stuff comes out with hard mode, you're going to get infinite, the new achievements is going to be awesome. Ready to fight Time Ipper with Unbreakable Coins? Oh, dude, we're gonna go. I can't wait to fight fucking dude. Cassetti's gonna get his Blood Fiend Unbreakable Coins. That's gonna be fun. We will go over this again real brief. What about Hohenheim's? He's fine. We're gonna go over this by the schedule update notice. So, obviously, in the new update notice, we will have the N-Corp Yisang extraction, which you know that we're going to be pulling on that. Bad boy, yes sirree. Also, the first time ever, the target extraction is going to be not the Sinners, the La Marcha Land Blood Feats. This is the first time this has ever happened. You can target extract the La Marcha Land Blood Feats. Do you guys know what this means? I think they're slowly starting to add more group-oriented extractions. Is he lying? The bait banner. This is here in case, because guess what? They did a Blade Lineage banner. Yeah, but I'm talking this is the first time in a while, okay? Get my words, okay? First time in a while, guys. All right. You didn't let me finish my point, okay? First time in a while. Okay, I'm never incorrect, okay? So, La Marcha Land Blood Fiends, why is this so important, okay? Yeah, but that's on Bokgak. See, that's different. Bokgaks are different. This is a non-Bokgak related one, alright? This is different. So, the reason that the La Marcha lands are here is because you can't get the La Marcha lands because they were last season. It was 3 months ago? It's way more than 3 months ago. Okay. Anyway, ignore that. You can get La Mancha Lanes now. It's W. Obviously, you got the tickets, baby. I'm going to be grabbing them tickets. We have the new Mirror Dungeon, which we'll go over. Holy shit. Oh my god, guys. Ignore everything I said. Let's talk about the sexy, absolutely gorgeous, stunning new UI that has come out for these loadouts. It is so beautiful, okay, and so much clearer. Look at this. Look at this. Several improvements to the team UI have been added. A menu to view and deploy the full list of identities and egos in the game. The ability to view unobtainable unidentities and egos has been added. The reset button to convert your current team to base identities and ego have been added. Oh my god, we can reset, guys. They added this for me. Bro, he added this for me, guys. Okay? He added this for me. This is for me. Also, my chat broke. I don't know why my chat keeps breaking, but chat broke. It'll come back on in a second. Team loadout code function to save and load your equipped identities, egos, and deployment order by copying and pasting team codes. Like, guys, we're gonna be doing review your team. I'm gonna be doing reviewing my viewers' team. An overview menu for the total amount of obtainable ego resources from identities and total amount of ego have been added. It's amazing. Announcer voice lines can now be viewed from the list of announcers. Now each ego's rarity can be viewed from their icon. Oh my god. Please note that additional changes and improvements will be deployed in the future. So, LDR. Here are the things that I've done. Yeah, that is a fun stream idea. First things first. It is now... So whenever you used to... Actually, you know what, guys? How about I just show you? Let me show you guys what I mean. Show, not tell. When you want to do IDs in Limbus Company, here's what you want to do. Ready? You want to go do this. You see that? You see how every time you click, there's lag? That's gone now. Look, so this is gone. This doesn't happen anymore. And look, scrolling, you don't have to scroll anymore. So, you click, you're like, oh my god, I have to scroll. Nope, you don't have to scroll anymore. I just got 100%. Good job. You want to look at your egos, guys. You look at this infinite, you're thinking, like, what is this? Like, what the fuck is this? Why do I have to read on a scroll? Like, I can't even scroll up. I have to go, like, up here. This is ass. You want to reset your team? Can't do that. This... And you're like, oh, how do I get my egos? Okay, go to egos. You gotta click details, egos. You can do your egos here. You have to scroll. You have to scroll, and then you have to select a bunch of individual. It's good, but this is better. This is better. Because now you can click sinners on the side, select everything super easily, copy team codes, check out all of the dude. I thought it was PC having something issue. No, that's the game. That's not you. Absolute major improvements. I'm going to be loving that, especially the reset button, dude. The reset button is probably the most useful because you know me, guys. I always start every stream. I always reset all my IDs and stuff. It's a nightmare. You know how it is. Next, we have some bug fixes. So let's go over the bug fixes. After we review this patch, we'll go back over and then do the yes, you can check the announcers lines as well. So if there's a specific announcer you want to read, if you want to do that. Boom. So, what are the bug and fixes? Fixed an issue where Dead Rabbit boss Mersault support passive offensive down was applied at an incorrect timing. Before, the inflict offensive down part of when one ally with the fastest speed hits an enemy with rupture was inflicted next turn. A factor. Inflicts the above effect this turn as written. The effect will be adjusted to fit the text and inflict this, thus this turn instead of next turn, as we have done thus far. That's right. Dead Man Rabbit Mersault is canon now. He is, in fact, meta. We have Matt Salt is meta now. This is actually crazy, by the way. Like, damn. Like, this is damn. Wasn't that a Clash win effect? No, you're thinking of another one. Fix an issue where Otis does not activate. Okay. Beautiful. Fix an issue where Tails hits inflict status effect conditionals did not count towards this gift activator when... Oh, really? I didn't know that. Tails hit inflicts was working properly. This fix only concerns the E.G.O. Fix an issue where the misaligned transistor was incorrect. Relevant effect. Base attack skills that consume charge consume 0.5 times more. Relevant identity. Before, coin power 1. For every 5 red eyes consumed, max 4 and base power 1. Checked up to max 6 and said due to this effect of the E.G.O gift that made it count 1 times more. Caps the effect of 4 even if the additional unique charge was consumed. Okay, so fix. So red eyes Penitence Ryoshu now is fixed with this specific gift, which this was like a charge user moment, pretty much. Yeah, this is also for Ninetales Sinclair. This is 100% 9-2 Sinclair. This is like 9-2 related. Fix an issue where the E.G.O gift octagonal bolt would activate when the identity weren't met. Fix an issue where the unit's max HP increased due to the effect of bridle. The resolution cap does not work properly. An issue where the E.G.O gift Devil's Share can apply on the same identity. That's funny. They have a Discord you go to. Fix incorrect changes. Highlights apply to certain E.G.O enhancements. Fix an issue where the clash forecasts in the top of the path with prioritized conditionals do not work properly when clashing against enemy skills. Fix an issue with upside 2 or lower. Improve dispenser E.G.O UI for the list of E.G.Os. Holy smokes. Here it is, guys. This is the 1000 Lunacy that we gotten for the live stream. If you guys did not get your live stream yet, go get your live stream stuff. And we get a normal 300 Lunacy. So, let's review everything that has happened so far in the Mirror Dungeon. Okay? Number 1. Okay? Number 1. Number 1. It is 7 Sinner battles. Number 2, enemy levels are raising. Number 3, Starlight is being included and is replacing the rest bonus and being used throughout the entire dungeon. Number 4. What live stream stuff? Kim Ji-hoon did a Mirror Dungeon 6 live stream where he was showing off everything and it was being very cute and very cool. Number 4, we have theme pack observation searches, which lets you search theme packs. We have wish making, which lets you spend Starlight to increase your fusion chance. We also have E.G.O gift observation, which is not shown yet. We have EX grade gifts, which are special new tiers of gifts. We have keywords to keywordless stuff. Cost is being increased. We've already talked about that one. You can gain more Starlight rewards now. There's much more Starlight rewards that you can get. The passives are being affected by Starlight, and you can buff the passives. Okay, you can now buff the passives with Starlight, so that's a major thing. You can now select E.G.O packs. Encounters cost more money. This stupid lizard bastard got nerfed. Thank you. Shops can now use Starlight inside of them to fuse. Encounter rewards now become with Starlight guidance. Your compendium is not reset, and your theme pack is not reset. The new EX gifts are going to be added with a new choice event, potentially, or special conditions. It says special conditions or choice events, but I'm curious if that means both. There's a new detailed exploration menu for after completing a dungeon, which explains all of your Starlight and shows you everything about it. Extractions on the current banner will now give you 300 Starlight if you ideality it or if you pull it. If you use the dispenser to grab an ID, it does not give you the Starlight unless you re-pull it by accident or ideality it. And that is a general overview of the Mirror Dungeon 6 update normal mode. Now, the first week, which is in 3 days, we'll get the normal. 1 week after the normal, we get hard mode. Hard mode will come with its own set of new unique patches, new unique updates, new items, reworked gifts, reworked all this stuff. New events, new everything, right? New fights and stuff. Then we have a week after hard mode, which is 2 weeks from now. We'll get the infinite mode and achievements. Now, I'm not sure if the achievements are going to be new. I assume the achievements will be new. It makes the most amount of sense. So the achievements will most likely be new achievements. And infinite mode will now be a more access way of gaining Starlight. Thank you for the streams. I really enjoy listening to you while I do my things. Hey, I'm glad you guys enjoy. Somehow you guys enjoy listening to me in the background. I'm all for it. Hey, no sweat in my book. If you guys like that, hell's to the yeah with you. And yeah, so for the next 3 weeks, including this, we're going to have, obviously, we're going to have the Yi Sang ID as well. And then after that, we'll probably get another ID at the end of the infinite mode. If you could do that. So yes, you can technically do certain achievements. For instance, if there, when the achievement system came out, there was the achievement of, you know, collect over 300 E.G.O gift compendium and collect all the theme packs, right? I had done that already, so after I did my first run, it automatically detected that I completed them all and I completed it. So certain events, like, you know, if you have, again, I'll use the example. If the achievement is collect over 300 E.G.O gifts, if you already have it, it doesn't get reset, W. We'll focus in 3, 2, Hong Lu. Will he release Hong Q before Walpurgis? The ultimate money spender. Then, as well, with the Mirror Dungeon update, the new UI will be coming out, which will allow you to reset IDs in E.G.O, allow you to sort through all of your IDs in E.G.O, allow you to sort all your resources, select everything, allow new invite codes, creating codes. We will be doing team reviews. I think it sounds very fun, where I rate your Limbus company teams. Which, to be fair, there's not that many teams you can do, but we will rate them anyway. You can also check announcers. So we can go through the announcers, and it'll be very funny. Oh, and also, Dead Man Rabbit Mersault is now meta. Because if you come over here, read what his passive does. He will be meta now. Firefox. Aha! So, there you go. This is going to be a very, very fun Mirror Dungeon, and I'm super excited for it. ProjectMoon and Kim Ji-hoon tend to verily improve each Mirror Dungeon. I started playing a Limbus company during the Miracle of District 20 event, the first one. Right when the event started, I started playing. So I got to play through I got to play through the Lake, I got to play through the Withering, obviously the Dreaming, and now the Immortality. And for me, it has just been an improvement each time. So I know that this is going to be fun, especially when hard mode comes out. Obviously, I'm a hard mode gamer. I don't play normal because I like a challenge. And for me, hard mode lasts longer. Also, with infinite mode now, it's so much more fun, in my opinion. But we will be obsessively going through normal, especially because the EX is in normal. So that's going to be really interesting. The EX is actually available in normal mode. So I wonder if that means there's going to be an EX version in normal mode, and then there's an extra EX in hard mode. I don't know. I don't know. How much time until E.G.O? Well, would you look at the time? That is really it for the review of the Mirror Dungeon 6. So, we're going to be doing the E.G.O reviews now. So for those of you who are here who are unaware, yesterday I was doing an E.G.O, custom E.G.O review for all the viewers who submitted. We had a week-long competition. And the competition is over now, it's done. And I have been reviewing custom E.G.O. We did not, unfortunately, get to finish all 67 submissions yesterday. We only got through half of them. So we're going to be finishing the half of them today. That was my first triple. What a first triple banger to get. So we are going to close out of this real quick. Oh, before we do that, actually. Do you guys want to see the Kim Ji-hoon video? Completely forgot about this. Let's watch the Kim Ji-hoon video. Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
인디게임 개발사 프로젝트문이 수원 광교에 신사옥을 건립하고 공사를
Obviously, this
확장
is all
이전.
Korean, but there he is.
프로젝트문은 아주대학교
There's our director.
게임동아리에서 출발해 림버스 컴퍼니 등
Limbus company.
원작 게임으로 탄탄한 팬층을 확보한 인디게임 기업입니다.
Damn, he's saying that. I'll translate for you guys what he's saying. Don't worry. So TLDR, this is they're expanding their office in the city. So I don't know, I'm not aware as to why they're on TV about this, but apparently I think it's because the mayor is like funding it. He's like funding the game studios. There's no English subtitles. It's just Korean. As you can see. I mean, oh wait, hold on. Can I do English subtitles? Ah, there we go. Okay, you can do English. Okay, that's weird. So indie game developer ProjectMoon is building a new building in Gwangju, Suwon, and is moving its headquarters to a larger location. ProjectMoon is an indie game company that started out as a game club at the E.G.O University and secured a solid fan base with worldwide view-based series games such as Limbus company. Director is not being translated, however. Since there is a lot of residential areas and a lot of groups that are just like families, I think just going to work can give us a bit of a stuffy feeling. And just being at the school itself makes me feel a bit better. Suwon City said that they will actively support business establishments, permits, and corporate activities, and support the gaming industry to grow in the region. We believe that this market will grow significantly. Also, he says esports. So we will also foster this sport a lot. I believe that if Suwon City cooperates, Samsung Electronics will become a reality.
수원
City has signed investment agreements with a total of 15 companies, including the agreement for this project. This is Lee Kwon-hoo from the Suwon ITV studios. So, TLDR. TLDR. ProjectMoon are expanding the office. And the director, I guess, is helping fund that expansion. So, W. The mayor is, I guess, he's like supporting the game studios. So, there you go. Big W. Thank you to Mouse for that one. We're becoming P Corp. Sure. My favorite esport. Now, let me set up real quick. Because being that director on live TV, dude, what do you think? Do you guys think that Kim Ji-hoon is more anxious on TV, or do you think he's more anxious when he does a live stream? I think he's more anxious when he does live streams than he's on TV. Dude, dude, he was looking hella clean on TV. Bro had no fear in his eye, no sweat in his eyes. But I'm telling you, dude, compared to a live stream, bro, he is He's fucking chittering his teeth, dude. 100%. Dude, yeah. He is way more anxious on the live streams than he is on the fucking TV, bro. TV, he didn't give a fucking rat's ass, bro. He was like, yeah, whatever, I'm the GOAT. I'm Kim Ji-hoon, director of ProjectMoon, bro. You think I give a rat's ass about TV? In reality, he's streaming to his employees more so than the internet. No, he specifically does say that he's doing it to the people because he's always anxious about if people are having fun. He has said it himself though. I think the employees are like emotionally supportive. They're like trying to support him, make him not feel bad, like making sure everything's all right for him. Very funny. He also jump scares when he turns the live screen on. He does. It's very funny. He looks locked in on TV, dude. He's hella locked in. All right. Let me get the. Speaking of, by the way. Whoa! It's our director. Hey guys, look, our director's here. He was actually here the whole time. He was just hiding from us. He was actually actively listening in on you guys. So I hope you guys didn't say anything mean to him. Or else he might nerf you. Yeah, don't want that, do we? He also said, bye, lunacy. Oh, he wears a suit to the live streams? I thought that was heat, dude. Bro said, I have to dress to impress because it's a very important occasion, dude. Ask him how the TV interview was. He said that the TV interviews, he said that, like, one fucking roadmap live stream is, like, 20,000 times more stressful. Okay. So, let me get where we last left off. Which is here. E.G.O time. Having a feeling about the fraud bullet you sang? He's not a fraud, he's the GOAT. Fraud Goobo. Goobo could never live to how much goated our Yisang is. Okay, let me put this up. So, we're back to the E.G.O review. Now, guys, to explain how I will be doing this from here on out, I'm going to be a lot less chatty on the lore parts. Like, I'm going to be reading the responses, but if there is a lot of yapping on the forum, I'm going to condense it to as much as low as possible. Now, we have over 35 plus IDs to review still. I will not be going into omega detail on, like, every little inch or corner, but I will give my general consensus. I'll give my general consensus, I'll give my overview, I'll give my thoughts, and I will be condensing information down for the sake of actually finishing this on time. So, the first E.G.O we have here is the hole in the man, perceived intent most salt. Here is the information. The inspiration mostly came from the E.G.O gift, which focuses on gloom skills and attack weight, giving damage and healing. The sinking was simply because sinking is linked to gloom, and the rest of the inspiration came from the general premise and event of the Abno, where its actions are determined by how you react to it. So let's get this in right here. First things first, have a read of the passive. Using a base skill of clashing, clash power 1 and deal 10% more damage, okay? When using a base skill of unopposed, final power 1 and deal 10% less damage, okay? So this is already heavily incentivizing clashing. Corrosion info. The corrosion works in a similar way to the clashful counter. It won't activate on its own, instead it activates when an enemy goes for an unopposed attack. If it can still target allies through the attack weight. Art by this person. Go visit them for, there's the credit. Here is the art, very nice. We'll have to read the corrosion then. Awakening line. I'm only acting out of your perceptions of me. Voice line. Why do you duck for cover? Are you anticipating something? I like that. So, let's have a read of this. This is a he, 25 cost sanity. We have... here. Unfocused volley. It is a 3 coin, 855. Not bad. Before attack, gloom runs attack weight, max 2. Inflicts sinking count on all targets. Okay, boom. Sinking count on all targets. Inflicts potency, sinking, sinking, sinking. If the skill has 3 attack weight, heal 20% of the damage dealt with this coin. I like that, dude. Very much online with the E.G.O. Very interesting way to think about that. Big fan. I also think this is pretty fair. No complaints here, especially with the unfocused volley. Corrosion is a 32-1 coin, indiscriminate. Before attack, again, sinking divided by 2 poise. And then inflicts sinking on all targets, so it's sinking positive. And then on hit, inflicts 6 sinking potency. Tails hit, deal 20% more damage. Heads hit, deal 20% of the damage dealt with this coin. Big. Interesting. Very like this. Have a look at the cost. It is a 3 gloom, 3 gluttony, 2 sloth. Not bad at all. Big fan of this. And the resistances are fatal to wrath and envy, and then resistant to sloth and gloom. Big fan of this. I like the interaction from the E.G.O into the transition from gift into E.G.O. I could definitely see this as something being a thing, like a sinking E.G.O gift, and I do enjoy the fact that it heavily incentivizes the E.G.O's like gimmick. So big fan of that. Excellent work. Thank you for the submission. Next we have Porcubus Honglu. Okay, Porcubus Honglu. So let's get this up. It has art on it as well. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Uh-oh. Why can I not find the forum post for this? Hello. Hold on. Why can I not find the thingy? Did I spell it wrong? Ah! I did spell it wrong. My bad. There we go. This is an existing Abbey of Porcupus, the Pleasure E.G.O gift. Before we begin, I want to tell that I am the author of this art. I am a very not good artist, and I kind of rushing last minute, but I hope you will still like what I cooked up. The upper half of the image is the custom E.G.O itself for you to judge, and the bottom I drew a very rough concept for animations of this gift. Awakening and Corrosion, hope you enjoy. And then there's a lot of other text here, sorry, but I cannot have the time to read it, but I'll give a general. Porcupus E.G.O for Honglu feels like an obvious pick. It makes people happy, so in Limbus, it would make his SP go up. I added a panic type changing effect to further mirror the working of Porcupus in the story. The corrosion mirrors the Abner pages from Ruina. Thank you for your attention and good luck. Thank you. So, let's have a read here. Let's, first of all, very nice. I like the Porcupus. I like the Porcupus Honglu. Very nice, very pretty. We'll also look at the animations after. That sounds awesome. First, let's read the passive. Game of Trust. Deal sum of sinking potency count and count divided by 2% more damage to targets with sinking. And take less sinking damage. So it's kind of like the crumbling skeleton, which is very cool. So it makes you take less damage from targets and deal more damage to targets with sinking. Nice. Then we have Elation. The next Y times this unit is hit, you'll X SP. Turn end at 45 SP, take Elation, Potency, Gluttony damage, and then convert Elation to sinking. This effect counts as sinking for other units, similarly to Tremor. When unit gains sinking while having Elation, automatically converts sinking into Elation and vice versa. Interesting. So it helps you to get to 45, and then kind of punishes you after you hit 45. Here we have Unbearable Pleasure. Units with SP change Panic type to Happiness. At 30 SP, gain 4 Elation every turn and lose 2 base power, and more likely to target Pleasure E.G.O user. At 45, gain Elation and 3 Elation count. At every turn, lose 3 base power and target only the Pleasure E.G.O. Units with SP, 10% chance to plus 10% chance to flip heads for minus coins. 10% chance to flip heads for plus coins. Reduced by 1 at turn end. This effect is not cumulative. Apply to units without SP. Okay, interesting, very interesting. This is a He 20 cost, 1 coin, 15, 16, so that is a 31. Come closer. I can't touch you with my thorns from so far away. 3 attack weight. If the main target has sinking, deal 50% more damage. On hit, inflict sinking and sinking count, a lot of sinking count. Inflict the Unbearable Pleasure, which is the effect, and convert sinking into Elation. Interesting. The Corrosion, interesting, is a positive corrosion, 1 plus 5 positive corrosion. Attack weight 1. Now it's time for your head to burst. Good day. Indiscriminate. Prioritize units with sinking. Base power plus 1 for every 5 SP of the target above 0. Ooh. I like it because you're inflicting them with Elation, which buffs their SP. But once they hit 45 SP, you're like, it's a debuff to them. So you don't want to have it at 45. This target has no SP base power for every 5 SP of this unit above or below 0. Heal for the number of coins SP. Inflict bleed, inflict count. Lose SP on hit. And at 5 SP... reuse this coin 3 times per skill. Less than 0 uses for every 15 below. Interesting. So it's like a reuse. I'm a big fan. I like this. This is interesting. We have a 2 Gloom, 3 Gluttony, 2 Lust. So pretty cheap to cost. And it is Fatal, Wrath, Pride, and Endure. And then resistances are Gluttony, Gloom. Now have a look at these animations here. So we have an Awakening. Oh, look at the little look at the little Honglu. He's so cute. Oh, that's awesome. So he's got like a little smack. Touch grass. That's a foreign concept for this. Interesting. Flower of fields, plant to enemies. Flowers zoom past enemies. I like that you did the stagger. Okay, that's cute. You did like the little stagger animation they all have. And flowers release Porcupus laughing powder. That's awesome. Corrosion concept animation. Honglu's human head. Idle. Zoom to enemy. Hail grab. Zoom in. Youch! Squeezes them. And then stabs them in the head. Headshot. Repeated stab for animation reuse coins. This is beautiful. I don't know why you said that your art is not good. This is very great. This is very peak. I'm a big fan of this E.G.O. I really like how you implemented it. This is like a massive boon to style points. It's very clear. Very good at storyboarding. Thank you for the submission. Next we have The Price of Silence Hong Lu. So we have another Hong Lu by Gray. Let's have a look here. We have somewhere in the battlefield, underground laboratory, or perhaps a random location of a backstreet. Why did the young man keep doing stuff even though he himself didn't know their purpose either? From one place to another, without any goal, the person wandered around doing the same thing again and again. When asked, he simply replied, "I gave out my silence and now I take its price." One day his existence vanished, leaving yet again the same silence. Maybe this was the inevitable demise he had talked about. Bro wrote a whole fucking lore thing for this. Very awesome. A lot of words for this, so we're gonna get right into this. Let's have a look at the passive. At the start of each turn, gain offense level up and defense level up, and max speed equal to the number of turns that have passed since the activation of this passive. Then lose the turn number of past sanity. Reset the counter 1 after the 4th turn. Interesting. So pretty much it stacks up to 4, you get the biggest effect, you lose the most sanity, and resets. On turn end, gain a stack of the 13th toll, gaining an additional stack for every skill use of this unit or allies. Max 13. On hit with coins of this unit's base skills, deal fixed damage equal to the stack %. Total damage of each coin included damage from activation. At the start of the turn, if the stack is at 13, the first base skill this unit gains +2 coin power, deals 13% more damage, and has double the effect of fixed damage mechanism of the status effect. Interesting. This is a He Hong Lu, 25 sanity, 20 total. If this unit is faster or slower, gain 2 clash power for every speed difference. At 4 speed difference, gain clash power this turn and next. If speed difference of this target is 0 or above 3, gain 6 base power. If this unit HP is above 25, lose 5% HP. HP highest resin fixed. Damage to target and gain haste next turn. If self-damaging bring this unit below 1 or more stagger thresholds, remove the stagger threshold once per counter. Ooh, remove the stagger threshold. Goddamn. On hit, deal 15% of the max damage for every speed difference. This is a very speed one. This coin does not trigger sinking or rupture. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Rupture Lu is going crazy right now. Heads hit, inflict 2 count of a status effect with the lowest count. Oh. So it's like a neutral E.G.O. Okay. I'm a fan. Whatever the lowest is. So it would just be like 3 bleed or 5 sinking and do 2 bleed. Okay. I'm a big fan of that. If this unit's sanity is 20 or above, lose 10 sanity to gain 2 fastest allies, 1 haste and 1 clash power up. This prioritizes others, and at 4 speed difference, heal 10 sanity. Rupture stock's going through the roof, man. Dead Silence. The skill gains indiscriminate effect if the user is not at max sanity. Gain 2 clash power for every speed difference. Yep. Inflict clash power down to your target instead. Before the only one I can think of is maybe Full Stop Office. Oh, Hook Office. Hook Lu as well. Hook Lu. If this unit HP is above 50, lose 5%. And allies of the target, offensive or down, defensive or down, 1 bind next turn. Deal 20% for every difference, max 6. So this is like a more DPS version and like a more DPS version. Doesn't trigger sinking. Consume count with the highest count up to 2 times to deal fixed damage for each count consumed. This is the counter eater. And then inflict 2 fastest allies. Yeah, he could also be slower, that is true. And then inflict 2 fastest allies with attack down. We have 4 Gluttony, 3 Sloth, very cheap. And we have Fatal to Pride, and then 2 Resistances, which are Sloth and Gloom. Okay, big fan of a few things of this. I do like the 13th toll. I think there's a much more balanced effect of the 13th toll, so I'm a big fan of that. I really like the idea of a skill inflicting neutral count, not in terms of the count being neutral. I meant like it could be anything. It's like a gray count, like a white count. That's kind of cool. I'm a big fan of this. Very nice. Thank you for the submission. Are you supposed to be at 55 to make the attack weight no indiscriminate? You probably do something that triggers healing SP. It's kind of the same as like Philip Sinclair. to make it next turn. That's okay, don't worry. Here we have a Rodion, Prophet Rodion, A-left here. Okay. This is an A-left, so A-lefts are always the hardest ones to try and work around, but everyone has done pretty well so far in terms of A-lefts. Let's have a read of this one. Obviously, this is the Plague Doctor and White Knight, Prophet and Paradise Lost. An attempt to read synchronizations from Library of Ruina into Limbus. It is designed to be a fast, but also incredibly dangerous and risky way to generate E.G.O resources, and for an A-left E.G.O, I tried to balance it as best as possible. There's a lot of word in here. Apparently this is a synchronization E.G.O, so we're gonna have to read this. God, there's a lot of words here. Alright, let's try our best. Passive. For every ally revived with baptism, halve the cost of this E.G.O unless overclocked. When this unit targets a skill slot that another ally is targeting, the skill used gains 1 coin power for every ally targeting them. Ah, interesting. Okay, for this, we're gonna read the skills first, and then we're gonna... Also, this is very pretty. Is that Rodion in the art? Oh, that is Rodion in the art. That's so nice. I think that's Rodion. It looks like Rodion. An E.G.O based off the Plague Doctor and White Knight from Library of Ruina, and also attempt to bring back the E.G.O synchronization. I can't guarantee balance. It's hard when you can't test your ideas, but I tried to tune it as well as for an A-left. Okay. Let's have a read what this does. So, A-left. Unclashable Instrument. Prioritize allies who don't have baptism. Offensive skills and passives cannot activate in response to this skill. Deal fixed damage dealt by this skill to 0. If the target is not an ally, spend the skill's E.G.O base cost to use corrosion instead. Heal target for 50% of their max HP. Give attack power, damage up, defensive power, and haste next turn. Inflict baptism. Then we have Paradise Lost, which is, oh my god, a 62 coin. Holy shit. Okay. Prioritize units with the least HP before using it. If the skill wasn't used as a result of the corroding, set the skill base to 10. Ah, I see. So this is only if you corrode. If you don't corrode, it is actually 10, 15. For the next 3 turns, lose 20 SP. If the target has Reverence, deal more damage, max 40, and attack away for every Revenance. Inflict Revenance on 2 Unbreakable Coin. Okay, Revenance, max Sectang. It is a unique sinking. Turn end, inflict sinking by the stack and inflict sinking count by half the stack and lower the stack by 1. When sinking is triggered, raise this unit's stagger threshold by stack percent of max HP. Is this Tremor in disguise? The suspiciously Tremor throat-shaped sinking. Baptism. On hit, heal by 1/4 of the damage dealt. Rodion cannot have this effect. If this unit staggers, loses this effect and retrieves from the encounter at the second frontmost position in the backup. When this unit re-enters the encounter, regain this effect but lower their max HP. If this unit dies, Rodion takes 20% of her max HP as sloth. If 3 allies have the status or every ally alive has the status, replace the effect with calling. Give Rodion 1 true salvation. This is White Knight, yes. True Salvation, max value 3, raised by 1 every 2 turns. Replace this unit's skills with custom ones. When the stack exceeds 1 after the environment, if this unit dies, the encounter is lost. Oh my god. This unit can also use E.G.O. At turn start, grant stack damage up and clash power to all allies. Lose 15x stack SP at turn end, gain stack bind. This unit's level skill can redirect skills regardless of speed. Then this unit has 0 or less SP, the status expires at turn end. When the status expires, expire calling from all allies, restore this unit's original skills and stagger, but gain 2 protection. I really like this, it's very cool. So it kind of turns you into a synchronization, which is over here. Obviously we'll read what these do in a second. Calling, gain 1 of the 4 apostle statuses randomly. This unit cannot fall below 1. If this unit has 1 HP, gain immobilized. This unit randomly targets targets but prioritizes low HP enemies. This unit cannot panic nor corrode. The unit can no longer has SP and has a fixed 75% chance to hit heads. This unit effect expires, stagger but gain 1. Immobilize. Enter a staggered state at the turn start, cannot be targeted by skills. If this unit is raised above 1, this effect expires. Alright. I guess this is turned into an ID review, so we're going to look at this. Be thou not. A 1 coin... 12, raise the coin power for all ally skills by 1 this turn. Lower stagger threshold, coin power, deal damage. Unbreakable coin, gain highest resin owned resources. 2 coins, 7/7, that is an 18. Allies recover HP of the lowest stagger threshold. If a unit with Guardian is also targeting the skill, convert the skills to unbreakable coins. Point power 2 for every calling. Gain highest resources, gain highest least resources. Okay. Skill 3, behold my power. Excuse me, I've been doing a lot of talking today. If this unit is above 80, spend 15 to inflict one of the 2 stacks of the following next turn. Paralyze, Fragile, Bind, and Clash power down. Your all allies deal more damage for salvation if the unit has salvation attack weight. Starting with the first coin, convert all coins to unbreakable coins for every revenance. Point power if this unit has HP, heal. Resources, inflict reverence. And a defensive passive, which is Ashwin gives 6 offense level to all allies and inflict a 3 reverence. Interesting. Then we have Guardian Apostle. So these are one of the 4 random Apostle stats that can be added. We have grant 1 protection to Rodion at the turn start. Rodion inflicts 2 bleed and 1 bleed count on hit. Rodion gains 2 offense level up, and Rodion gains 2 haste. The E.G.O resources are as follows. The resistances are as follows. Oh no, the resources are here. 9 sloth, 5 lust, 2 pride, and increases. O times 5, so weak to wrath, and gloom and envy, and then resistant to sloth and pride. I really like this. This is a really sick E.G.O. Obviously, it's impossible to understand how to balance an Aleph. Hell, we can barely understand balancing a WoW itself. But I do like the gimmick that you kind of turn everyone into like the apostles and you synchronize. That is true. Rodion does die. If she dies, you lose. So, interesting. Big fan. I like the idea of the synchronization. I think it was a great job. Well done. Thank you for the submission. Next, we have Punishing Bird Sinclair. Punishing Bird Sinclair. Sinclair! Punishing Bird. Voice crack. Oh my god. I'm gonna drink water. Okay. I've made an E.G.O that is meant to support Middle Sinclair, but it also helps with Tremor Bursting. Middle Sinclair fuels 2 of the 3 types. I've made Wrath can be supported with other middle identities. Main gimmick of this E.G.O is to gather punishment. It's meant to boost damage and counter skill damage. This passive can also be spent when using the E.G.O for very strong benefits, but to balance out the passive and the E.G.O, you gain the effect to simulate Red Eye's Ryoshu. Only ashes remain, but more punishing corrosions can act as a self-healing E.G.O. I really enjoyed my time making this E.G.O, and I hope that it can enjoying you to read. Alright, well, thank you very much for your submission. Let us have a look. Passive. When taking damage, gain 1 punishment per coin, max 5 per turn. When staggering, gain 3 punishment or and Wrath power up after recovering from stagger. Punishment. Max stack 10. Deal 2% damage for every stack, max 20. At 5, stack gain defense power up and deal 20% more damage on a counter skill and cracked coins. Ooh, I like this. If the user took no damage last turn, lose 5 punishment. Cage cannot gain punishment from any source. Gain bind when taking damage, lose 5 SP per coin. Burn end if this effect expires. Alright. I love this little bird. Look at him, I love this little fucking dumb bird. Alright. This is a 24. This is a he. Damn, bro. Punishing bird got strong as hell. He's a he. If below 5 punishment, this skill does not deal damage. Instead, raise the stagger threshold by 40% of the damage this skill would have done. For every 5 punishment, attack rate plus 1, max 2. If 10 punishment was spent on this skill, gain caged. Spend 10 punishment to deal 50% more damage and inflict 3 fragile. Inflict 5 tremor burst. If 10 punishment was spent on this coin, reuse once. Does not inflict fragile. With reuse coin instead inflict paralysis. Okay. This fucking bird that I hate. Then we have the corrosion, which is a 3 coin 20. If below 10 punishment, prioritize allies. If the unit has 10 punishment, spend it to cancel the effect of allies as well as gain base power. Ooh. If 10 punishment was spent, cage for every ally executed by this skill. Heal 5% of this unit's max HP as well as gain 1 E.G.O resource of the 2 least owned resources. Inflict 5 bleed, inflict 1 fragile. Deal more damage to the target is not an ally. Inflict 3 paralyze, 1 fragile. And trigger tremor burst and fragile. You know what? Very simple. We have 2 envy, 2 gluttony, 3 wrath, very cheap. and it is fatal to lust and pride, and resistances are wrath and gluttony. Okay, I do like this. This is goes very well. Is it same turn? Yes. This is very good. Yeah, this is pretty much perfect for Middle Sinclair and even Enclair, I would say. So, absolutely goated. I do like this. Baby Bird Sinclair. He gets the peak bird at E.G.O. Pretty decent so far. I like the punishment gimmick. I like how it has multiple effects. I'm a big fan when one gimmick has multiple effects. Will I do a solo? Even better. I think I'm going to kill my sinners. He is a hatchling. Thank you for the submission. This is very fun to read. Next, we have a Queen Bee Otis. Queen Bee Otis. Okay, let's have a read here. This E.G.O is mostly inspired by the Ruiner Realization fight. I chose this because Otis she is a former Smoke War veteran and obeys the chain of command. Queen Bee's drones obey chain of command to the end, so that could be fitting. Also, Otis is a queen. Awakening. Make haste, my minions. We cannot waste a minute. Corrosion. Our queen's safety comes first. Focus. Chew those fiends in the right spot. Okay. This is a wow. Because fucking Queen Bee is a fucking deadly ass fucking abnormality. Okay. Let's read the passive. If this unit took damage this turn, 3 random enemies gain Spore. This unit can be targeted by allies and focus on counters. If an ally kills this unit, the ally that kills this unit... Excuse me. The ally that can kill this unit gains 6 offensive level up and 6 defensive level up for the rest of the encounter. Every 5th turn, 2 allies adjacent to this unit gain 3 offensive level up. Spores. Max stack 10. Half at turn end. Make fixed damage equal to the stack at turn end. When taking damage, inflict X divided by 3 offensive level up to the attacker next turn. Activates once per unit. X is equal to spores. And that's Sin Resistance Art Library of Ruiner, and we'll read that after. Okay, 2 free levels, not bad. It is a wow. 40 sanity. Oh my god. Discard. A discard E.G.O? Holy shit. Discard 2 random skills and 2 allies adjacent to this unit on the dashboard skill. The ally that had their skill discarded by this effect gains damage up. The ally had their skill 3 discarded by this gains 2 damage up instead. At 4A resin, the allies that had their skills discarded inflict 1 additional status effect with their skills. After attack, the allies that had their skills discarded use the discarded skill against the enemy that was hit by this skill. What? Hey, what? Inflict 3 spores next turn, inflict 3 lost fragility. Then we have the corrosion. It is a 3 coin, 15, indiscriminate. All allies gain a 5 offense level. All allies gain attack power for every 5% of max HP this unit has taken last turn. Flash when inflict fragile. If this unit is cracked, lose final power, inflict spores. All allies next turn gain 3 offense up. If this unit is cracked, lose 10 final power, inflict spores. Inflict spores, crack, 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 crack. Uncle Mom was saying something like Prince, yet it wasn't in P section. It's probably because it had the word the in it. Assist attack in disguise. The suspiciously assist attack shaped discard throat. Very interesting. I like the idea. The spores effect, dude, all about offense level up. Dude, Z-Tune would love this E.G.O, dude. Z-Tune would love this E.G.O. Yeah, no, I like the gimmick. I'm a big fan. Interesting of the discard. Maybe I would have it discard only the lowest skills, but then you'd also have it. It also uses the skills anyway, so I like the idea with the drones. Very nice. Resistances are plus is 3 pride, 2 gluttony, 2 sloth for lust. And the resistances are it is fatal to wrath and envy, and resistant to lust, sloth, and gluttony. Very interesting. Thou shalt discard. Yeah, it's like a tremor team, a bit of a tremor. You get offense level up. It does assist attacks. Very nice. Big fan of it. Thank you so much for the submission. Next we have Scarecrow Yisang. We have Scarecrow Yisang. Okay. Obviously, this is Scarecrow Search for Wisdom. Siphon Effect works like Hohenheim. It still takes effect if the user is at 45 SP. Siphon Effects don't activate against targets with no SP, just like Fluid Sac. Okay, I'll get rid of this. So, passive. Harvest Wisdom. Upon clash win, gain 1 ego resources that corresponds to the sin affinity of the skill this unit clashed with. At the turn start, siphon 3 SP from one enemy with the highest SP. If the unit SP is at max, inflict 1 sinking potency with attack skills. Okay. I like it. This is a he. 34. 1 coin. Target unit with the most SP. Targets normally if no such target exists. Inflict sinking. Inflict 2 sinking fragility count. Next turn. A head hit. Siphon 10 SP from the target. On kill, heal sinking on defeated enemy divided by 2. Percentage of max HP on self. Max 42. Very simple effect, but not bad. Harvest is a 42. Targets indiscriminately. At 0 SP, gain 10 sinking next turn. Inflict 3 count, inflicting sinking fragility count. Siphon 15 SP and heal even more HP. On kill, ally kill, gain 1 ego resource amp. Cost is 4 pride, 3 gloom. Very cheap, and the resistances are weak to envy and lust, and then resistance to gloom and pride. Not bad, dude. This is a very nice. This would help with sinking fragility. Yeah, this is pretty much. I very like it as a very simple healing sinking infliction. I like the sinking fragility. I think that's not used a lot, so I think it's a really good idea to use sinking fragility. And the siphoning is also just a bonus on top. I'm very happy with this. Love it. Thank you for the submission. Next we have Schadenfreude Honglu. little icon. Sorry, no ego. I have an icon I made. There's Schadenfreude. Alright, let me get this up then. Schadenfreude witness. Awakening line. There are things you wish not to see, and the corrosion is no peeking. Like that one. Funny. Alright, let's get right into this. Ego passive. Gain 1 aggro for every clash. If it's a clash win, gain 2 aggro instead. At 5 aggro, this ally with the highest clash power gain 1 gaze witness. Gaze. Max stack. Where is this Avno based from? I don't know the lore of it, but it's Schadenfreude. This is a Love Corp one. When in clash, all units' default sin resistances are lowered to ineffective. If it's lower than 0.6, do not change it. If upon an unopposed attack, use the default sin resistance of the current ego. Effect is removed until the sin resistance is overwritten. Gaze Witness. When in a clash, all units' default resistances are lowered to 0.6. If lower than 0.6, do not change. Combat start. Deal 40% more damage when a clash is initiated. Lasts 3 turns from activation. Interesting. This is a he. On use, gain gaze. It's an unbreakable coin, 25/5. Deal 40% more damage when a clash is initiated. So when you target something, pretty much. Deal more damage for everyone targeting this unit. Deal more damage for aggro. Unbreakable coin, inflict 1 bleed. On hit without cracking, inflict 1 bleed and 2 count. Then we have Witness. 3 coin, 25. Gain a gaze. Undiscriminate. If the unit has gaze, remove the indiscriminate from this turn. Deal 40% more damage. Max 60. Deal 10% for every 1 aggro. No limit. That could go a bit high. Unbreakable coin. Inflict 3 bleed counts. On hit without cracking, inflict 3 bleed and 6 counts. Activate bleed on target 2 times. Activate bleed on target 2 times. Oh my god, this is the bleed. The bleed shredder. This will shred the bleed. Very simple ID. I'm a big fan of the gaze mechanic. I like the fact that aggro gives you clash winning. Clash winning gives you aggro. And it gives you a better buff that makes you tankier. It makes you tankier when people are targeting you. Very big. The no limit is a bit crazy, but I mean, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. How much aggro are you really gonna get on Hong? It's probably gonna be no more than 6 to 7, right? So it's good. Big fan of this. Very like it. Thank you for the very nice little small icon too. Thank you for the submission. Next we have Sculpture. I'm pretty sure this is an SCP. Okay, let's have a look at this then. I feel like this is an SCP. Do any of them have a... Yeah, he has aggro. This is a custom Abno. SCP-173, the Sculpture. Mid-blink Carnage. There you go. SCP-173 functions similarly to a Weeping Angel, where it is only able to move when it's not being watched, but it moves at a blinding speed when no one can see it. It attempts to reach people in its vicinity and snap their necks. It looks like a sculpture made from concrete and rebar. Okay, let's read this then. Still life. On hit, if the attack was unopposed, gain protection and 1 haste and lower the user's stagger threshold by 9. Once per skill, this passive can only trigger 7 times per turn. Mid-blink Carnage. This is a 10th, 20 sanity. 17-3. If this unit's speed is faster than the target, gain coin power based on speed, max 6. Gain haste next turn. Gain speed, offense level up. On clash, win, cancel attack? Interesting. Inflict 2 by next turn. If this unit's speed is faster than the target, raise stagger threshold. Mid-blink Carnage, 28. Sanity cost of 25. Prioritize targets with the least speed. If this unit is faster than the speed, gain max power. On use, gain haste. On kill, use the skill 1 more time. If the unit is faster, deal more damage, inflict bind. Yeah, so you don't want to clash with it. This is purely an unopposed. I kind of like that idea. It's an ego that you don't want to clash with, but it gives you... You want to be faster than them and not haste. So that might be a bit hard. You want to be faster than them. But I can definitely see this working. The animation will be really goofy. I do think this is pretty funny, though. 3 Sloth, 2 Wrath, very cheap. Weak to Lust and Pride, resistant to Sloth. Okay, I like the ideas behind this one, especially, you know, unopposed attacks and not clashing. Very interesting. Very nice. Thank you so much for the submission. Next, we have Sound of a Star Hong Lu. Oh my, look at him! I actually have the Hong Lu plushie now, so I can replicate this guy. Thematically be seen? Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. So we have Sound of a Star. Let's go look at this. Yeah. He is being voided. It's yours. Hell yeah. Blue Star. Sound of a Star. Forgot about this unit until the last minute, but I mostly just want a cool Aleph E.G.O and Sinking Deluge is rare to come by, so I settled on this. It's probably a little busted. Small Lu. I could do this now with my Hong Lu. With my Hong Lu plushie, I could grab him and throw him into a blue star. Passive. Gain 2 SP loss efficiency, and 2 sinking fragility, and 2 gloom damage up. Inflict double the sinking and countless skill effects. Oh my god. A nostalgic sound. Combat. Gain gloom fragility equal to count. Turn and inflict 15 sinking, then trigger sinking deluge, reduce count by 1. This is an Aleph, obviously. 15 sanity. 10. Penance. Unclashable indiscriminate. Oh my god. You're just praying to God here for these. Inflicts the nostalgic sound. Oh my god. Holy shit, that's gonna be a lot of sinking. And then the corrosion. 42 coin. Gain attack weight equal to the nostalgic sound on main target. Inflict 20 sinking, trigger sinking deluge twice. Okay. This is the blows you up with my mind ego. 2 envy, 4 pride, 7 gloom, 3 sloth. Love that. 20 sinking. A lot of sinking. It's a lot of sinking. But you gotta remember, guys, this is like half-half, because if you apply this to an enemy, it doesn't really do anything. If you do it to a non-SP unit, it would do damage. So very interesting. You know what? Short, simple, sweet. I like the fact that the awakening is just fucking it's just fucking throw your hat in the ring and pray. That's kind of funny. Very accurate to the blue star. This is 40 sinking. It's a lot of sinking. You know, sometimes you just want a little sinking. It applies to deluge twice. How does that work? I guess it would... great question. I guess it just applies it twice. 40 minutes. Well, you know what? Thank you for the submission. I appreciate it. It was a very funny 40 minutes. Thank you. Next, we have Spiral of Contempt Faust. Wow. Okay, let's grab this one then. Spiral of Contempt Faust. This E.G.O's gimmick is that it gives protection and damage down to a single enemy for each contempt of gaze. However, the stack reaches 7, it turns the grasp contempt that stuns the enemy with 2 giant hands coming out of the ground, like the Abnormality fighter, while giving the same protection. Okay. There's 2. Yeah, this is a different one, I believe. I'm pretty sure there's 2 of them. Yeah, one of them was by April and the other one's by Yuri. So this is a second Faust. However, I don't really remember what the first one... Oh, no, this is different. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, this is different. They have the same ideas, but it's a different one. So, this is a different version. Wow. The second Contempt Faust has hit the stream. No, you're fine, you're fine. Passive. When using a skill that inflicts bleed, and if the main target has 7 bleed count, heal 5 SP to self and ally. Contempt of Gaze. Gain protection per stack, gain damage down per stack. Gain at 7 contempt, converted to grasp. 1 grasp, cannot act, gain protection. Cannot gain contempt of gaze. Turn end, all enemies evenly heal this unit as taken. Imagine a second dance has hit Limbus Company. It does that. As long as you gaze upon my splendor, I shall forever hold you in contempt. 10 plus 7, 2 coin unbreakable. If the skill is part of a lost resin, gain E.G.O resources in all affinities. Lose 10 SP. This is a WoW. Ice resin, contempt of gaze. At the start of the next turn, activate bleed on the target 2 times and reduce the bleed count by 2. Corrosion, contempt of ore, target randomly 22 coin. If the skill is part of a lost resin, gain E.G.O resources, inflict 7 contempt of gaze. Deal 10% damage, max 30, and then at the start of the next turn, activate bleed on target 3 times. So this is a bleed fucking deluge debuffer and like tanks. This is like a debuffer tank. So you want to like inflict a grasp on the enemy. It like heals them. And then you also, well, you want to inflict gaze on them first and then do it. Okay. Cost is, it's 20 sanity. Cost is 4433. That's pretty decent. Actually, it's a little bit expensive. They are weak to lust and gloom and resistant to wrath, sloth, and pride. Very pretty art. The same with the other one. Acting is crazy. Yep. It is a WoW. Wow. We have E.G.O is from here. Artist. There you go. Very pretty. It's kind of this. It's very different compared to the first one. They have 2 different gimmicks, but they both share the same statuses. So very nice. Thank you for the submission. Next is something called Star Drive Don Quixote. Not sure what this is. This is a custom E.G.O, I assume. Custom E.G.O, Star Driven. It appears to be a simple star with colors flowing into it, like Dante's star we can see in images. It sits in the sky of its own area and awaits for people to come stare at it. Once they have stared at it, they seemingly appear to become part of itself, a condition we have called star-driven. It appears that they all wish to make you look like at the star. We consider it a form of infection. Okay. Have a read, shall we? Passive. Heal 2% of max HP for every turn that star-driven is on turn end. Any ally skill that inflicts rupture has a 25% chance to not consume count. Star-driven. All units that have this effect cannot target the unit with the star-driven faith passive. All units with this effect deal minus 20% damage against the unit with the passive. The unit with the passive deals more damage against the units with it. When a unit with this effect dies, everyone on the field heals 30 HP. Remains for the duration of the counter until death. Star-driven Grand Faith, max 1. Take 90% more damage. HP cannot drop below 1, while there are remaining allies with Star-driven. Deal 10% more damage for every HP that would have killed this unit, max 200 expects if I had a turn. And this is a left here. 44 sanity, my lord, a lot of sanity. Look forward to the star, for you shall serve it, for you all shall serve it. 2015, 1 coin. If this used while a target has Star Driven, use Command Death, Ruin, and Devastation instead. Gain 1 Clash Power up for every 5 negative effects, max 10. Oh my god. Gain damage up for every negative effects, max 10. All units inflicted with Star Driven cannot lose count by any other effect that uses count next turn. Inflict Star Driven. For every 10 Rupture on the target, gain Poise and Poise count. On crit, this coin does not consume Rupture count. Ooh, okay. So here's the enhanced version, Star Driven command. Your existence has no use to us. Become a Grand Star, for your face shall be rewarded. Prioritize targets with Star Driven. Gain attack by for every unit with Star Driven, and this counter max 12. Oh my god, max 12. 2 coin. Deal 80% less damage to targets without Star Driven. Okay, so Star Driven is a very important buff here. Deal more damage for every Star Driven. Afflicted by the skill. Consume poise on self for every 10 poise. Deal more damage or crit damage. Deal 5% of damage dealt if this unit healed over 20%. Deal 100% of this unit's max HP to a random enemy. Deal 200% of this unit's max HP to a random enemy instead. On crit and heads hit, deal 300% of this unit's max HP to a random enemy. Dude, that poor guy. If this previous effect caused the target to die, gain Star-Driven Grand Faith. And the Corrosion. You've turned your head to it, and yet it chose to accept you. Accept it, for it shall be the one and only truth in your meaningless existence. 4 coin minus 20 negative. If this effect is activated by corroding, inflict everyone with Star-Driven. Prioritize Star-Driven, gain attack weight. Deal more damage with deal damage without Star-Driven. Deal more damage to Star-Driven. If the negative effects, 50% chance not to consume any count. Inflict 10 rupture, 2 count, 10 burn, 2 count, 10 bleed, and 10 tremor. Inflict 2 bleed and 2 tremor count. Inflict 1 random effect. May inflict any effect that currently exists in the game. Target next turn. Yo, what if I just get hit with the random Sinner passive? That would be very funny. Hails hit on and crit. Repeat this effect for 3 turns. If this effect activates an E.G.O or special mechanic, it will not activate the special mechanic. Only gain the effect or its bonus to us. Wow, okay. They're dead on the first coin. If they somehow manage to survive the first coin, they're in for hell. Okay. Hit the loan. That's funny. Okay. I do like that. I like the idea with the Star Driven. How you kind of, you give me a healing air pool. I like the effect of the Star Driven, basically it being kind of like you want to revolve around it and you want to infect people with it. It does say it's like an infection, so that's pretty cool. It's a very interesting gimmicks here, especially with the, like, you know, 50% chance to not lose counts and consuming rupture and poise. Big W's. It's hard to always balance E.G.Os, but I like the 44 sanity cost. It's very funny. -1 rupture count, E.G.Os washed. It also costs 10 Sloth and 10 Wrath. 5 Lust. It is very funny. I'm a big fan. Thank you for the submission. Next we have Steam Transport Machine Ryoshu. What did they do to Ryoshu? Oh my god. It's the spy from TF2, but Ryoshu instead. Okay. Glad you liked it. Thank you. We have Steam Transport Machine. Since the website decides to not show, the sanity cost for the corrosion is 25, and the sin resistances are weak to sloth, envy, resistant to pride, and gloom. Okay. Haven't rated this. Passive. At the start of odd number turns, gain poise and poise count. Additionally, inflict 2 tremor on crit until end of the turn. At the start of the even number turn, gain tremor and inflict tremor on all skills until the end. Excuse skills that have tremor burst do not consume poise or crit. Ooh. Okay. Tremor exhaust. Turn start. Convert half the tremor count on self, round down, into poise potency. Convert half the tremor potency on self into poise count. When hit by skills that trigger tremor burst, raise the stagger threshold. Oh. Alright, there's a He 20 sanity, 30. Gain highest resistant tremor count and poise. Gain and inflict tremor count. gain and inflict tremor. Trigger tremor burst twice and reduce by 3. Apply tramplitude on self into tremor exhaust. Ah, okay. I get it. Okay, I get it. Corrosion 33. Gain high stress and tremor. Inflict more count. Inflict more potency. Trigger tremor burst and give yourself the exhaust effect, but even more. A self tremor ego, yes, and it gives you poise. Very like that. I'm a big fan of this. I like the effect down here that tremor bursting skills do not consume poise. It's very interesting. It's a very strange hybrid. Maybe one day we'll get a poise tremor hybrid, but if I do, that's a very nice, and I would like to see it. 322 on the costs. Very nice, Ego. Thank you for the submission. Swallowed Words Heathcliff. Very pretty art. Okay, let's have a look at this, shall we? Let's have here. Custom. Silent Foam. E.G.O. Swallowed Words. This abnormality is inspired by the original story of The Little Mermaid by Hans Christian Andersen, but with a twist that that the sea foam that the mermaid turns into at the end of the story becomes a monster that's drawn to noise and eats people. This is meant to be used in a sinking team and synergizes well with Sunshower Heathcliff. Wild Hunt also works. The E.G.O has a lot of on-kill effects to make you feel like you're consuming enemies. Okay, very fine. This is very nice. A fucked up like arm. I don't know anything about the original Little Mermaid. There's the E.G.O art and E.G.O and art credits. Let's read the passive. After defeating an enemy with sinking, heal 5% of max HP and inflict 1 bind on all enemies next turn. Become immune to the automatic E.G.O corrosion effect as a result of failing 45 or lower. This does not prevent E.G.O corrosion from other sources. Foam. Max 4 stacks. On tails, inflict foam divided by 2 sinking and sinking count. When hit, gain sinking and count. Turn end, gain 1 haste next turn for every stack of foam. On kill, gain foam. This is a He, 25 cost, 1 coin, 26. Gloom resin, attack weight 2. Gain foam, inflict count, inflict bind next turn. At 4 gloom resin, inflict gloom fragility. Corrosion. 36, 1 coin, prioritize targets with the most sinking, indiscriminate. Deal more damage with sinking, gain foam. If the main target is defeated, absorb the sinking the main target had on death. Activate sinking on the target twice, lose 2 sinking count, and then gain 2 damage up next turn, max once per turn. Very simple, but I do like the gimmick of him targeting and then just kind of like with the foam. So big fan of that. 2 Envy, 3 Gloom, 2 Wrath. Definitely works with Sunshower. Absolute glorious Sunshower buff. We'd love to see it. Very simple. I have nothing really critique-wise to say about it. I think it's very nice. I like the effect. I like the art. Very simple and easy to read. Thank you very much for your submission. Oh, and I forgot the resistance. Sorry. It is 2 fatal to Lust, and you can't see it, but it's 2 fatal to Envy as well. Thank you, Director. Ineffective to Gloom and Gluttony. Thank you for the submission. What in the... Okay, the Holy Grail Ishmael. I feel like this is a Fate reference. Okay. This is a custom abnormality. The Holy Grail. Excalibur. Holy Grail, a mysterious artifact capable of granting wishes that can be corrupted by an external influence. A corrupted entity capable of granting wishes strongest than the original Holy Grail, but only with the consequences of destruction and ruin. The E.G.O from the Holy Grail will take form of a legendary king of knights, Artoria Pendragon. Granting the user the power to control Excalibur Morgan, it's at the max potential for a short moment. And then I will read this. Faith Limbus is real. There's a lot of words in here, but I love reading. So let's go right to it. There's 2 versions here, it looks like. We have the 2 versions of the Excalibur. Let's read both. Excalibur Unleashed. Only activates on Excalibur Unleashed. Gain 2 attack power up at the turn start. Gain 2 protection at turn start. Lasts for 2 turns. And then you have Excalibur Morgan. Lose 20 SP on turn start, gain 4 damage up on turn start. Only one of the patterns from Excalibur Unleashed Morgan can be present at the same time. Okay. Let's read this passive then. Avalon Maria Mana. Gain 2 aggro for every Pride Glut res higher than 3. At 1 or less aggro, effect below applies, gain 1 attack power. At 5 plus aggro, effect below applies, great clash power, combat start, heal 5 HP for every hit, gain protection. At 10 aggro, gain 2 attack power, 2 protection, 5 HP on hit, and 10 mana for every Pride. And we also have something called Mana and Mana Burst. Max action of 100 at Thread Spin 1. Thread Spin 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we'll use 500 mana as a reference. At 10 stacks, gain damage up. At 20 stacks, gain 20. 2 damage up. At 50 stacks, gain 1 protection. 100 stacks refunds 10% of the user's Sin resources from the next used E.G.O. Completes the mana bar. That's okay. At 200 stacks, refund 30% of the Sin resources from the next used E.G.O. At 300 stacks, deal 50% more damage on the E.G.O. skill 1 time. At 400 stacks, deal 75% more damage on the next skill. At 500 stacks, refund 30% of the Sin resources from the next E.G.O. Deal 100% more damage on the next E.G.O. skill, and reuse one of the coin's E.G.Os. After this, you use any E.G.O. skill, deplete all mana, turn end, every turn lose 20 more. Okay. This is an Aleph tier. 25 sanity. There's a creature in there. 35 plus 10. At 4 highest resin, turn all of the E.G.O. coins into Unbreakable, gain attack weight. If said resin is Pride, gain additional attack weight. For every kill, gain 5 offense level up for the 2 turns, can be extended by external offense level gains. On you synchronize with the identity King of Knights Ishmael for 1 skill at the turn start, skill slot in Excalibur. After attack, refund 20% of the Sin resources. I really like this resource sitting. I also really like this mana mechanic, because it's like an extra thing you have to manage, and I'm a big fan of that. If there's more than 10 buffs on this unit, reuse the coin. If there's more than 5 debuffs on this unit, use Excalibur Morgan instead. Only targets enemy, then cleanses all debuffs. Depletes all mana on self. On hit, apply 4 Tremor Count, trigger Tremor Burst, and then consume Tremor Count and convert to Tremor Reverb. Yes, I love Tremor. Excalibur Morgan, 50, -2. On use, lose 60 SP. At 3 Envy Pride Resin, turn all the E.G.O. coins into Unbreakable. Deal 25 SP. Cleanse death all debuffs on this unit. On kill, heal additional SP. Deplete all mana. On crit, for every enemy hit by the crit, refund resources. Apply 5 Tremor Count. Trigger Tremor Burst. Consume Tremor Burst to inflict Tremor Reverb and Decay. Ooh, both. Interesting. And the resources are 2 Envy, 9 Pride, 2 Wrath. I really like this. This is interesting. Now, I don't know everything about Fate. I've obviously seen Fate, but I'm not like a Fate head, so I'm not like a giga obsessed with it. So I don't know how relevant this is to actual stuff. But I do like this creature. So he's very cute. I think that's fair. And I like the mana mechanic. I forgot to add in there. That's fine. Yeah, no, I like this. Also, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. I think that's all I have to say, really. Very nice. Big fan of it. I like the idea. I like the E.G.O. resource refund mechanic, and I'm a big fan of this mana mechanic. I like that it has different versions of upties. So, that's awesome. Thank you for the submission. Very appreciate it. Next, we have the Price of Night. Washed. The Price of Night Yi Sang. And we have the Price of... The Prince of Night? The Prince of Night. So the Price of Night. Prince of Night. Duh. Simply a spelling error on my part. Custom E.G.O. Abner name Nashfurst. Nashfurst. I don't know. It's German. Nashfurst. Nashfurst. The threat level WoW 9 description. We entered a hall of blue-black shadows. Its stillness was not silence. It was a kind of pressure, a hush meant for a memory or mourning. Nashfurt means manifests as silence. Seated figure upon a throne made of substance that rejects the light, obsidian void. Or something older. It does not speak, but its gaze pierces your sanity. Fractured full moon floats behind its head and suspended in a momentary of collapse. It is unknown whether Nashfurt was once human. The glasses it wears reflect nothing, save the observer's sense of morality. Record suggests it has never moved on from its volition, yet all who enter its chambers report the same overwhelming sensation, being read. Not their thoughts, but their entire existence, as if each trauma memory were lines in a word. Manuscripts. Okay, awesome. Let's have a read of the E.G.O then. Why is the name now? Yeah, YouTube changed everyone's names to be @. It's very annoying. I can't tell who half the people are. ProjectMoon fan literacy. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Passive. Turn N inflicts on self defensible down and attack power up for each Realm of Darkness on enemies and gain resource amp. Realm of Darkness. Thank you for the follow. Max stack 3. Gain attack power down and clash power down and defensible down. Gain Realm of Darkness sinking potency ×5. Targets with this effect lose SP per turn. The effect expires. Shattered Moon. Max stack 1. Gain 3 attack power up against enemies with the Realm of Darkness and gain protection for every Realm of Darkness on the enemy. Also, I like the aura pose here. Very big fan of that. This is a WoW. Sanity 25. 2 coin 15. 25 max. 5 attack weight. If enemy has 10 sinking potency and 3 count attack weight 1. Lose 10 sanity for 2 turns. Inflict Realm of Darkness on enemies and allies. Inflict 5 sinking potency. Oh yeah, apparently it's been pushed out randomly, so we just got unlucky. Inflict sinking potency and count. Consume Realm of Darkness and self and gain clash power for every Realm of Darkness rounded up. Deal sinking potency and damage. Max 50. On head, consume the Realm of Darkness from allies and replace it with the Shattered Moon. Corrosion 4 coin 35. Oh my god. Prioritize targets with the least sinking. Prioritize allies loses if this is overclocked. Lose 20 SP and gain 3 Realm of Darkness. Consume HP from allies without Shattered Moon, and consume all Shattered Moon and inflict clash power down for every Shattered Moon. Inflict 5 sinking. Unbreakable coin. Consume 20 SP and give 1 protection to each ally. It doesn't activate if they have less than 20 SP. If the target has 6 sinking, cause deluge. Oh boy. Okay. And it has 2 envy, 6 pride, 1 gluttony. The resistants are resistant to pride, envy, wrath. Weak to lust. Okay. I like the Realm of Darkness effect. It's very strong. And I like the idea that you're kind of wanting to focus on the Realm of Darkness and you're consuming the Realm of Darkness. Deluge mentioned W. I like the Shattered Moon. And you're kind of like sucking the soul out of them. Unbreaking Sinking Deluge, fun time. I do like I like the Realm of Darkness buff. Very, very well done. Thank you very much for your submission. We got 3 or 4 E.G.O in this stream. We got a lot more. Actually, let me see how much we're at now. We are currently at... Oh, we're almost done, chat. We only have 11 left, chat. 11 left. Yeah, guys, I gotta admit, dude, guys, if there's one thing that's clear, you guys are incredibly creative because you all I have not seen a single E.G.O that has had the same gimmick or like, even if they're the same E.G.O. So, very interesting about that. The Scales of Judgment. Faust. Okay, with only 11 more left, let's lock in. All right. Let me get the forum open. Bird. Let me get the forum open. Here we go. This is Judgment Bird. This is a Faust WoW E.G.O with a gimmick revolving around Sin, a Judgment Bird status effect from LOR. Plus the Awakening is supposed to give protection on use, not turn end. Passive. The Weight of Justice. Also, Bird. The Weight of Justice. This unit is unable to be inflicted with Sin. Whilst the passive is active, final coins of all E.G.Os became unbreakable, excluding E.G.O. Combat start, lose 15 SP and gain fragile. When this unit hits an opponent with final coin of a skill, inflict 1 sin to the target. When clashing with against units with 3 sin, gain 2 clash power and 3 aggro. If Judgment is targeting a unit with 5 sin, and use Ceaseless Judgment instead. Okay. Sin. Max value 5. If a unit hits an enemy with the final coin of a skill, transfer all sin to that target. Oh my god, not the sin mechanic from fucking LOR, bro. Oh no, I'm getting fucking Judgment Bird PTSD right now, dude. Oh my god. I just want to crash. I feel like I'm gonna crash out just remembering it. Raises all resistances by 0.1, max times 2. If 3 attackers gain damage up per stack of sin, if 5 plus if a unit uses Judgment or Ceaseless Judgment. Prioritize the fight. Yeah, I cheesed that fight. I hated that fight. That's the only fight in the game I cheesed, by the way. I did not cheese any other fight in the game. That's the only one I cheesed. Sanity cost 20. Awakening 2. Very small. Very baby. Oh, because you gain base power. Gain base power if target has sin. All allies give 3 protection for this turn and next. Gain gloom damage, inflict sin. Ceaseless Judgment. 50. Oh my god. Gain attack weight per unit with sin. Prioritize units with sin. Clear all sin on the field and remove the Weight of Justice active passive from this unit. Really? The target has 3 sin, treat all resistances as fatal. Wow, this is a... Yeah, okay, I understand why this is a WoW tier. 2 Envy, 1 Pride, 3 Gloom, 1 Wrath. Okay, so this is like a very set up E.G.O. You're setting up all the sin on everyone, and then boom! You hit them with that corrosion effect, that Ceaseless Judgment, and they just nuke them all, and then it resets the passive. That's very interesting. I've not seen something that resets the passive. But it does reset, so it's like, it like cleanses you, so you're all good. Very interesting, very unique. Thank you for the submission. Next, we have the Value of Life Gregor. This is some art here as well. The Value of Life. Okay. Existing. This is... what? Hello? Oh, I did the wrong person. Oops. Sorry, hold on. There's 2 people with the name Star in here. Aha! This is a custom abnormality. The Value of Life Desperate Plea. Description. It's an aberration of the price of silence. That's about it. Rather than giving and pricing others time, this abnormality is constantly anxious over whatever amount of time it thought it has left. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's pretty funny. Oh, screen? Sorry. I must have clicked off. Okay, guys, so it has anxiety. Please be very... Okay, guys, be very nice to Gregor. He has anxiety. Bleed and Burn aren't said to be opponents to account. Is considered potency. Defending cries of fatality. Reuse point speed on kill effects. Excuse me. Okay. It has anxiety. This Gregor has anxiety. Oh, look at that, though. Damn! Wow, what a fucking... Damn! Why they give him aura, though? This is not... Dude, this is not the drip of someone who has anxiety, bro. This life is mine and mine alone. The bell, it's coming for us all. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, this thing is cool. How does the thing have anxiety? We've got you covered. Passive. The bell tolls. When this unit is attacked, counter with Desperation 2 times per turn. Turn and convert 1 E.G.O resource from Wrath to Lust or vice versa. Interesting. Deafening Cries, max stack 3, inflict fatality on hit. Turn in and gain haste. Fatality, max stack 1. Last resistance +1 for every 7 burn. Wrath resistance +1 for every 7 burn. Last resistance is higher than 1. Bleed activated on this unit is less damage. If Wrath is higher than 1, burn activated on this is Wrath damage. What the fuck? They like swap between each other. That's so sick. And then you have the... This is a WoW, 35 cost, 24 plus 13. That is a 37. Coin power for every sum of Bleed and Burn, 17. Max 17. 17! Holy shit! Deafening Cries. Evenly split Bleed and Burn potency on target. Evenly split Bleed and Burn count on target. Activate Bleed on target once, reduce their bleed count by 1, then heal. Activate Burn on target, reduce their burn by 1, then heal. Heal 25 SP, then reuse once on another target with the highest sum of burn potency on kill. Interesting. Desperate Plea. 5 coin 37. Targets randomly. This is unfocused volley. Gain deafening cries. This unit does not lose bleed count for the skill. At 50% HP, gain paralyze. At 50% HP, dies, then apply 3 deafening cry to all allies. Absorb all bleed on target. Absorb all burn on target. Inflict fixed damage equal to the sum of the bleed and burn on self. Activate burn on self, then heal. Inflict fixed damage equal to the sum of bleed and burn, and then activate burn. Inflict sum of bleed and burn, then activate burn again. Activate burn on self. Inflict fixed damage equal to the sum of bleed and burn on self, then heal. 200% damage up by this coin, max 200. Okay, I see how this works. Like, this, like, restores your HP, and then boom, you, like, get all your health back. Assuming you're gonna explode. Then you also have Desperation. Thank you for the follow. That is a nuke. When attacked, inflict +1 bleed count to the attacker 2 times per skill. Inflicts lost affinity damage equal to half of the burn potency on target. Very interesting. 7 wrath, 7 lost. Okay, really big fan of this. Can I take a screenshot? You guys can do whatever you want, yeah. You can do whatever you want, guys. Fucking anxious about dying, dies on the corrosion. What does this mean? Ineffective, fatal. That is very cool. I really like the idea of this, because this does not have like a lot of infliction. It's kind of more so just like, boom, it takes it from them. Big fan of this. I really like this. Very pretty. Also, is that... Hold on. Is that fucking Moog from Elden Ring? That's fucking Moog from Elden Ring. I fucking knew I thought that guy looked familiar. Holy shit. Is that a counter die on the passive? Yeah, it has a you get access to a counter. It like automatically does a counter. Thank you for the submission. This stupid fucking statue that I hate. This stupid statue that I hate. The stupid statue that I hate. Glad the statue's getting nerfed. By the way, this is the statue that's getting nerfed, by the way, next patch. Speaking of, it's time to see this stupid statue that I hate. This is Heavenly Commander's Throne. Heavenly Commander's Throne is pretty cool Abner that you can find in an MD event. It can give you the Thorny Path E.G.O gift, which I took for the name of the E.G.O. I chose Otis because it suits her. Well, you're lucky that you're viewer and I love all my viewers because I hate this stupid statue. Dumb ass right here. Dumb ass. Anyway, let's have a read of E.G.O, shall we? Clash power +1 against enemies with 7 sinking. Very simple, I like it. This is a he, 25 cost, Awakening. 22 plus 12, so this is a 34. I hate the statue. He's fucked up like 4 of my solo runs. Gain 1 command life next turn for the next 2, every 2 resin above this. Gain defensive power up next turn. Gain aggro. Inflict sinking. Interesting. Command life. Gain stack defensive love. When this unit is about to take an unopposed attack from an enemy, consume 1 stack of Thorny Path life to clash with it. Once per turn. Cannot gain additional stacks of this effect or command death. So it turns into a clashable guard. So then it becomes a 16. If you fail the death check, it gives you like minus like 30 SP and like 20 HP. So this turns into a clashable guard. Heal 5 SP. Inflict 3 sinking on clash lose gain protection. Interesting. Erosion, Thorny Path. Target randomly. Gain 3 command death next turn. Gain attack power up. Gain 5 aggro. Inflict 4 sinking count. Inflict 2 gloom. Command death. Max stack 3. Add stacks. Offense level. When you're about to get unopposed, consume stack of Thorny Path Death to clash with it. Cannot gain additional stacks of this effect with command life. 3 coin unbreakable, clashable counter, heal 5 SP. If target has sinking coin power, inflict 3 count, gain fragile, unbreakable coin, inflict sink. Okay, very simple E.G.O. 4 gloom, plus 1 wrath. And the resistances are fatal to Wrath, Gluttony. Resistances are Gloom and Lust. Okay, really simple E.G.O. I really like this E.G.O. I really like this effect. How using the Awakening and Corrosion gives you an like a benefit for when you're unopposed. It's very situational, but it's really sick. I'm a big fan. Is that our Lord and Savior Kim Jong-un on screen? Yeah, he's here for the review. He's muted though. He's currently working on the next ID right now. He's working on Walpurga, so he's muted right now. I really like the effect of this E.G.O, where having either the life or the death gives you a different kind of counter to unopposed attacks. Very, very happy with it. Even if I hate this stupid stuff. Thank you for the submission. Next, we got today's expression, Heathcliff. 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 Okay. He needs to work on it. Yeah, true. Next we have today's shy look. Look of the day is constantly changing mask of the skin that the sinner wears. This will shift between 5 different expressions during battle. Once skill selecting has been complete, the face will stop on one of the 5 faces. Clash power up and down will be assigned depending on the face. Joyous is 2 down, and then it goes all the way up to Angry, which is 2 power up. So, ooh. This unit gains look of the day. The leftmost defensive skill on the dashboard gains 2 final power. Combat start gain defensive power equal to the number of defensive skills slotted during the turn. Look of the day. This unit's face is constantly shifting. Gain clash power up or down depending on the face. Anger is fierce. Here's the art, very nice. It is a 10, 20 sanity, shyness. It is a 25. Inflict Blunt Fragility, Trigger Tremor Burst, and Paralyze. Very simple. And then Social Distancing. Rah. Indiscriminate, Unfocused Volley. Gain by next turn. Inflict 2 Tremor down and count. 50% chance to reuse this coin 4 times. Reuse on hit gain Sanity and Blunt. On hit trigger Tremor Burst and Paralyze. Raise stagger threshold by 30% of the damage dealt. Very simple, but very, very nice and simple for a theft. It's like a little mini regret. Gloom for Sloth, 1 Wrath, very cheap, and it is fatal to Envy, Gluttony, and resistances are Sloth and Gloom. Very simple, very useful Teth. I'm a big fan of this. I like the idea. I can already tell that I would forget about the look of the day mechanic 100 times in a fight. Big fan of this though. Thank you for the submission. We have another expression. We have tomorrow's expression, Mersault. Okay. It's a thing that moves like a spider and has human skin as its face. During the abnormality check, the abno seems simply replicate emotions and not actually express it. The reason I gave this to Mersault is as an E.G.O is because I do see quite a few connections to him, especially what I said above. Interesting. Well, this is the aberration, guys. This is tomorrow's expression. So this is the aberration of today's shy look, which is very convenient. Passive. If this unit does not have today's expression, gain offense level up and gain skill ranks that this unit has excluding defense up, sin damage up. Today's expression. Gain 6 defense level up before taking a hit. Increase sin resistance for the respective skill that has targeted the skill by the rank times 01 for the rest of the battle until the target is killed. If the target has multiple skills of the same affinity, prioritize the highest one. If the sin resistance is already at over 75 or lower, halve the amount of sin. If the sin resistance is between 1.5 and 2, double the amount of sin. Okay. This is a he, 10 cost. That's funny. I made this expression yesterday. Which one should we make today? Is it 29? If unit has today's expression, activate Apathy today instead and does not require E.G.O resources to be used. Ignore the target's defensive skill. This skill does not hit an enemy. Gain today's expression next turn. Apathy today, 30 plus 10. How do I do that? How do I make this expression? Deal damage for every tremor count on target, max 50. Deal damage for every negative status, max 60. Remove today's expression. Inflict tremor count, sinking count, and trigger tremor burst. The corrosion, I'll laugh, I'll smile, I'll cry, I must scream. 32, deal damage for every 6 tremor, max 50. Deal more damage for every negative effect, max 75. If this unit has today's expression, deal 50% of the damage. If this unit has today's expression, consume it and gain 3 fragile and 2 clash power up next turn. 3 tremor, 5 count, 3 sinking, 1 count, and tremor burst. Okay. Very nice. I like this. It's like a very tanky version of the today's tomorrow's expression. I like the idea of you kind of like swapping in and out of the mask. Very, very cool. Resources are... Oh, Jesus. Whoa. Yeah, thank you for the follow, guys. Resources are 2 Gloom, 4 Sloth, 1 Lust, Wrath, Fatal, Envy, Fatal. And then Endure resistances are Sloth and Gloom. Big fan of this one. I like these ones that we have. What did I just see? Don't worry about it. You didn't see anything. Thank you for the submissions. I will go into the next one. Now, we have Transport to Hell. Mersault. Okay. Alright. It's time for the train. Time for the train. This is Express Train to Hell. A Wrathburn E.G.O that is a mix of Tears of the Tarnished Blood Dragon and Fellball E-Sang. Use E.G.O, wait 4 turns, kill one of your sinners, then the enemy. Has a custom status for burn that works like Sinking Deluge. That's about it. Probably not optimized well, but I have been playing for only a couple months. Hope you have some fun. I will try. The children yearn for the train. Alright. There's a lot of... almost a tank engine. The director is pleased. Let's have a read of this, shall we, before I tweak out. Fasten seatbelts. If the target is defeated after this attack, units or counter skills gain haste. When this unit dies, to 3 allies with the least HP. Next, apply wrath damage and blood. We have Burning Rush, which is max 4. The unit's leftmost skills on the dashboard gain plus coin boost. Gain 4 defensive down and convert 1 stack to a rival imminent. At 4 stacks, heal 1 ally. At 3 stacks, heal 2 allies. 2 stacks, heal 3 allies. 1 stack, heal 1 ally. Expires upon defeat or retreat. Burn Burst. Deal Wrath Affinity HP by dealing... by burn count times 4 potency, then remove burn. Arrival imminent. Turn start. If at 4 arrival imminent, use Train Arriving Station Hell on time. When this unit takes damage that brings their HP down to 0, instead of letting this unit drop below 1 or become staggered, use the Train Arriving Station Hell. At the end of turn, remove Arrival imminent when the skill ends. When this unit takes damage that brings their HP to 1, use it next turn. Okay. Burn Deluge. Yes. Train Arriving Station. Ignore the target's defensive skill. The skill does not hit an enemy. Gain highest Resonant Burning Rush. The unit takes fixed damage by the skill's final power. This does not stagger the reduce all unit. Okay. Next, we have the On Time, which is a 7 attack weight 2 coin. Prioritize targets with the least HP. Prioritize allies. Damage cannot stagger this unit. Apply a burn potency to all targets equal to a rival imminent. Max 60. Oh my god. Holy shit. It is WoW. The coin only deals damage against the main target. If the main target is an ally, deal more damage. Causes burn burst. On ally kill, apply wrath to self. This coin only deals damage to the sub-target. If the first coin failed to kill, apply 10 burn. Target with the highest HP. If target has 5 burn count, cause burn burst. Remove all arrival imminent on self, then die. Train station arriving from hell. 28 minus 8. 7 attack weight. Right has allies with least HP. Highest resonant burn. Gain burning brush. This only hits the first person. 80% damage for burning rush. Cause burn burst. Wrath damage. This deals into second damage. Burn potency. Burn burst. The costs are 1 envy, 1 gloom, 2 lust, 5 wrath, and it is a 20 sanity cost. Oh, and there's also up here. Tips and tricks. Use Awakening as quickly as possible, then apply as much burn and potency as to the enemies. Then just wait 4 turns. The true Awakening version will be used at the 5th. If the Awakening was used on the first turn, Sensible Assault will be at 4, arriving imminent, like the Express Train to Hell. The E.G.O will help Heal your sitters based on the lights rather than the turn count. Burn burst status effect, which is just sinking deluge for burn. Corrosion is essentially a slower version of the awakening. Burn the Lulu, and it's like a fell bullet mixed with the blood dragon. Charon likes it. Charon loves this E.G.O. Ben, thank you for the submission. It's very fun. Next we have Unstable Bolus Ryoshu. Unstable Bolus Ryoshu. This is the Shi family remnant bolus, or the corrupted bolus. Technically a reference to a pre-existing singularity. Abnormality flavor tax. A twisted parasitic remnant of a supposed bolus, hidden in plain sight. Waiting to consume its host, it feeds off relentlessly, claiming more passing each time. Tearing you apart from within, all that remains is an insatiable hunger for violence and domination. A euphoric rush of power that drowns out everything else. Okay. Read this then. Whenever this unit hits the same target 3 times with the same skill, inflict eyeball pinion. We're getting a Shi ID. The Shi ID in question. Eyeball pinion. Gain stacks, rupture count, and bleed count rounded down. 20 sanity. Zane. This is a Zane. Oh my. 16-3, 2 coin. Coin power for every 2 negative effect. Inflict eyeball pinion. Inflict rupture count. Inflict eyeball pinion, inflict bleed, and rupture potency equal to pinion stack. Corrosion. Indiscriminate. Prioritize objectives with the pinion. All pinion on target expires. Unbreakable coin. Inflict pinion. Heal temps of HP. Heal more. Inflict bind. Wow. Very simple E.G.O. I do like this though. God of Count, dude. This is the God of Count. It's this guy. Yeah, it's the Shi guy. 2 pride, 3 gluttony, 1 lust. Very nice. Very simple, very nice. I like the eyeball mechanic, and it looks very nice on Ryoshu as well. Very pretty. Of course, he's getting the same treatment. Very good. Very simple. I like them very simple. Thank you for your submission. Victim of Chance Honglu. Okay. Victim of Chance Honglu. Never heard of this. This is a custom Abno. Victim of Chance, Murphy's Law. Description of Abno. Classification He-Fi. A humanoid figure with several wounds and bandages over their body, notably the head to have been ripped off by a blunt impact. They rapidly scribble various notes and predictions along the wall. Oh, it's Sinclair, sorry. My bad. I read Honglu somewhere else. It's Sinclair. It could happen at any moment, you know. At any time, someone could be killed by the very city itself, and you'll have no one to blame. Mainly related to Sinclair through the sudden collapse of his comfortable life when Chroma killed his family. Through that claim, his character Chroma that he couldn't have done anything about it, linking it to themes that sudden loss can happen at any time. And shatter the life you've built. Okay, very nice. That's how I read. You never know. At turn start, gain either 1 protection and 1 damage down, or damage up and 1 fragile. Okay, we're doing a little gambling. Collapse, 2. All by 1 on turn end. When collapse reaches 0, take Wrath equal to the Tremor on self and trigger Amplitude conversion into Tremor Shatter. If the unit has no remaining stagger threshold, add another at 0%. Tremor Shatter. On Tremor Burst, raise stagger threshold by the effect potency and give Tremor count to all enemies with attack skills that gain Tremor count and lower Tremor potency by 5. If this unit has 65 Tremor potency or more, double the amount of Tremor potency lowered and give the count effect. It is a He 25 Murphy Law. 3 coin, 5 plus 4 plus 5. The bigger they are. Indiscriminate. Secondary targets can be allies. First coin always hits primary. Allies take half damage from this attack. The primary target can be manually selected like a normal attack unfocused volley. Randomly gain or lose coin power. Max lost 2 or gained 2. Unbreakable coin. Hit, inflict 2 collapse. Next turn, inflict 5 tremor. If the target is an ally, they gain protection. Corrosion. 25 minus 10. A loose screw. All it takes for your world to collapse. Target the unit with the most tremor count. Inflict 2 collapse next turn. If one of the targets has 4 negative effects, amplitude into shatter and activate the tremor burst. Very simple ego. We have 3 Envy, 4 Gloom. You have Wrath, Fatal, Lust, Sloth, Fatal, and this is Envy and Gloom. I like this. Very simple. It's a meme. It's very memey in terms of actual gameplay. Like, I could just imagine. It's the gambling ego. Like, am I gonna gamble? Am I gonna get my damage up, or am I gonna get bright and fragile? Am I gonna get my coin power up, or am I gonna get my coin power down? But the collapse is pretty good though. And I do like the shatter effect, so it's very funny. Gamblers love this ego gift, so thank you for that. And I do love gambling. Can I make a graph for Manager Dawn with all 4 Blood Fiends deployed? Sure. There you go. Does that satisfy you? Stonks. Alright, next one. Oh my Jesus Christ. Paradise Lost White Knight Otis. Okay. Alright, let's have a look at this. Holy autism. Existing. This is obviously inspired by the abnormality White Knight. I did have some trouble thinking about how to go about making this ego, but I did end up tying it to the lore and added a few things. I thought Bleed and Sinking would be a good stats effect, as it's generally one because White Knight does Pale and Lob Corp. I thought that Bleed might match. I also added the 12 Apostles in a passive because I thought that would be a nice addition too. Okay. This is a, Rise, my servants, rise and serve me. Very nice. I like this. Very pretty. I'm not missing anything. Okay, good. Alright, let's read the passive. Heretic. Take 30% more damage from attacks, but gain 3 offensive level up. 12 Apostles and Heretic both are removed on death all 3 turns. 12 Apostles. Allies get +1 power up, but gain 2 fragile. Interesting. Alright, let's see how this works. This is Aleph tier. Obviously. 25 + 5. I am thy savior. If this unit SP goes below 0 when using this ego, this user instantly dies. This is a 45 max. Clash Wind. Inflict 2 fragile to the main target. Apply 12 apostles to every ally except this unit. Apply Heretic to this unit. Unable to use this ego until 12 apostles and heretic statuses are gone. Your highest resonant extra damage is max 10. Reduce target SP by 10. Inflict sinking potency and count on the main target, and 3 sinking potency and count to all other targets. If the coin deals 10% of the main target's HP, Trinket Deluge. Inflict 7 bleed on the main target, inflict 3 bleed count all targets, and then also extra bleed count. If the average of all allies' SP is higher than 30, deal 5% more damage with this coin. Points damage heals for every ally as health. Okay. Behold my bower. 25, 3 negative coin, unclashable. This unit SP is reduced by 20 and will go down to -45 next turn, then return to 0 after. Gain, inflict 5 paralyze on the main target. Apply apostles, apply heretic. Unable to use this ego until 12 apostles and heretics are gone. This ego did more than 10% of the max HP, nullify the 45 above in combat effect, and recover SP. Inflict sinking and count, inflict sinking and count, inflict defense level down, inflict bleed and bleed count, inflict bleed, deal more damage, inflict clash power down and offense level down, and then stagger a random ally, but heal that ally for 20% of their max HP. Wow, okay. Very nice. This is like a very interesting kind of type. I like the idea. This is very interesting about the fact that like you can't use the ego after you have to like wait for the apostles to leave. It's like a one-time use kind of deal, and then you have to wait. Very interesting. Very pretty. Yeah, good luck with that, Biner. Good luck with that one. I like it. I like the effects that it has, especially if you... Lord forbid you somehow lose, like, 1 sanity and you just instantly die. I think it's very funny. You'll use it once again next turn. Unless you have the thing. I don't want to be shot with 50 sin. You will. In terms of cost, it is 37000052, and you will have Sloth weakness and Gloom weakness with Lust, Pride, and also a little bit of Gluttony weakness. Biner is very annoying. Me when I strike Biner with my 55 fucking coin rolling. Thank you for the submission. Okay. We have Wing Blade. Okay. Let's have a read of this then. Wing Blade. Custom Wing Blade. Wing Blade. Name calligraphy before max observation level. Classification Teth. An abnormality resembling a sword. Some employees have the belief that it resembles a bat with how the two gold wings flap. Its head appears to be a single gold ring with an even staring eye to the center. The eye is the only ever seen from the front. Peculiarly on top of the ring, it has a dark curved shape resembling a broken halo. The implication of this are unknown, but likely due to how the abnormality was found. Below the head, like ring, is a short dagger. This dagger appears to be a tail, as it can retract. This abnormality can be seen drinking ink from its tail. Okay. Have a read of this then. This is for Yi-Sang. Passive. Lasts for 2 turns, gain 3 poise when hitting an enemy with a pride skill. Interesting. Path Sanity 20 is a 3 coin, 4 for a 12, that is 22. Deal 5% damage for every 5 poise points on the target, max 40. Dialogue line. Let this calligraphy spark a revolution. So it's just a pure, this is a pure DPS ego. I actually kind of like this. We don't really have a lot of these pure DPS egos. Attack rate 3, attack rate 4. Target randomly with a higher priority than anyone with poise. Deal more damage for every 5 poise. Open your eyes, see this beautiful revolution in it. 1 envy, 3 pride, 2 wrath, 20 sanity cost, Teth. Very simple, endures. Resistances are pride and gloom. Weak, fatal to gluttony and lust. Very simple ego, but you know what? It just does damage. You have poise, you crit, you just do damage, and you know what? Sometimes that's all you need. Very nice. Thank you for the submission. Oh, did I? Yeah, okay. The next one is Yusunyata Gregor. Yusunyata Gregor. Pretty cool BL support. This is My Form Empties. Here we go. Most relevant info is that the damage negation sets the damage for all coins to 10, but that does not mean the modifier. An idea was to make a classic mode change from defensive to attack. It's awkward and cost, but I think it's good considering its power. Okay, I'll read it. It has 2 different types. So it has a passive and awakening. And then also it has 2 moves. Okay, so it has 2 different types of passives. Interesting. It is a WoW, 10 sanity cost, awakening. If this unit has a Yusunyata Tau awakening, this passive activates. This unit cannot take more than 10 base damage per coin of a skill. Damage modifier. Can exceed the damage. Can be triggered 2 times per turn. Sinking count on this unit cannot go below 1. Okay. Corrosion. If this unit has Yusunyata Corrosion, this passive activates instead. This unit's in resistance change to weak. If the unit clash and 1 against a 2 coin, gain a 1 clash power up. If the unit clash and 1 against a 3 coin, gain 1 attack power up. If the unit run against a 4 coin, gain 4 plus coin. A 4 coin plus 1 boost. If all the effects activate, gain fragile, and boosts are all except plus coin by 1 more. Interesting. Awakening. Combat start. If this unit has no sinking, gain 10 sinking and 2 count next turn. If this unit has sinking, gain sinking count. Unhit. Inflict sinking potency and count equal to this unit. Okay, I understand how this works. So this is pretty much just you put sinking on yourself, putting on your and put it on an enemy. Corrosion. 30. 3 coin. Combat start. Gain fragile. Gain damage up. Lose 10 SP. Passive activates clash. Lose does not activate. This unit and target gain 10 sinking. It's a very simple. I like it for the passives. The double passives are very unique, very interesting. It is 1 pride for gloom, 1 lust for wrath, and it is fatal to sloth, pride, resistant to gluttony, gloom, and envy. Thank you for the submission. I do like this. Very simple. Suck up all the you know, get a bunch of sinking on yourself. I can already tell all of the corrosions that'll happen from this. It's very funny. And with that, guys, that's it. There is no more submissions. That was the 67th submission. That's right. We just went through all 67 submissions. Yep. We have officially completed the E.G.O reviews. And wow, let me just get a few words in before. This was the second, so we yesterday we did the first 30. And then we had then the stream broke. We did, so for the first one took us 2 hours and a half. Then the stream broke, we did 1 more hour. And then this one took us 2 hours. No, this one took 1 hour and 40 minutes because we stopped at 11. So, altogether, it was about, I'll say 5 hours. Which I totally could have done in one night. Let me just say, guys, everyone had such creative submissions. Yeah, balance is whatever. Like, at the end of the day, it's impossible to try and do balance. But there was a lot of creative passives, a lot of creative mechanics, a lot of creative buffs. I loved reading them. I'm very invested. A lot of people took it seriously. Only a few people memed a little bit, but even then it wasn't that. The memes were, like, at least they were right. Good effects, good everything, entertaining time. My fucking voice is ruined. Okay. And making a video on this is going to be an absolute nightmare. But it will be done at sometime in the future. Definitely not now, because fuck that. But yes, everyone, thank you for your submissions. It was absolutely a fun time for your submissions. And I hope you all enjoyed. And if you didn't get to make it in time, I apologize, but I'm sure you'll be the next one. And next time, I think we're going to do it differently as well. We're not going to be doing the Google forum. I think we'll just stick to Discord chats. And I'll just, I think next time what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to the Discord. Make a separate channel that's just for submissions. And I'm only going to enable submissions for 24 hours, I think. And then close the submissions. I think that's probably the best way to do it. So I don't get double stacking. But we'll worry about that next time. Next time, I don't have any idea what we're doing next time, but I think next time we might do custom enemies. So we might make custom enemies next time. That might be interesting. But for now, we're not going to be doing any custom stuff for a while. My voice is fucking shot. And I'm getting some fucking acid reflex from all the yapping. We doubled the amount of entries. The first time we did the custom ID review, we had 30 entries. This time we had 67. I don't even want to imagine how many entries we'll have in the next few months. Voice broke. Yeah, my voice is definitely broken. My voice was fucked on the first ID review as well, so this is not like a new thing. This is not a new thing. Anyway, Kim Jae-hoon, thank you for your support. You can get out of here now. There he goes. I didn't say it was bad. I never said it was bad. I said other people will call it bad. I never said it was bad. I never said it was bad. I would never flame Ferbal Isang. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't have much more I was gonna do today. I was just mainly here to help us explain the mirror dungeons and also finish off the E.G.Os. I am gonna be calling it. My voice hurts. My throat box hurts. Ugh, I'm getting some acid reflux, so I need to go take care of that. And tomorrow, I'll be playing a horse game. No, it's not Ume Vishi or whatever that horse gacha is. No, it's Limbus horses. I don't know anything about it. All I know is that everyone turns into a horse. And I guess you gamble on it. So, we might do some gambling. So, yeah. That's going to be interesting. Yeah, something called Limbus Stable. I don't know. Something Stables. I saw a few people playing it. Decided I'm going to give it a go tomorrow. Alright, guys. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for... I hope you all had a good time. I know it's a little bit shorter than usual, but my voice is short, so... tomorrow, I will see you all for horsing around, where I turn into a horse, I guess. I don't know the lore or whatever. And that's going to be interesting. Alright, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good one. Love you all. If you want to, you can also watch my review. By the way, also watch my review. Watch my review of the Fell Bullet you sang, okay? I need that. Yeah. Alright, anyway. See you guys.